beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true.
Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 1224. We are 10 episodes away from episode 1234. And we decided while we were doing the pre-show, 1234 is going to be one of those special milestone episodes. So mark the calendar. We don't even know exactly what day it is yet because I didn't sit down and figure it out. But it's coming in about 3 weeks. Episode 1234.
You're going to have to take off the entire week because we don't know what day it'll be yet.
You're going to have to take off the entire week because it's going to be like a hangover. A week-long hangover from all of the awesomeness that we're going to be doing that night.
Just run away from home, quit your job, hide in the woods, wait until Wendy's builds a Wendy's, get yourself a Baconator, sit in the woods, and wait for episode 1234.
Jeff Holiday won't. Don't sit in the woods waiting for Jeff Holiday to bring you that Baconator. He won't do it.
I don't think he'll DoorDash it.
He won't do it. So, everyone please like the stream. We're cruising towards the goal. We're at almost 30%. So it's looking good. I put the link in the chat if you want to send us some stuff here. I do have a big announcement. I'm hoping this will be successful. We'll see. But we're actually doing Patreon. We're doing merch through Patreon again. Now, in the past, I attached it to a tier that already existed, and that kind of caused difficulties. So I've created an entirely new tier that gives you all of the benefits of all the tiers below it. But if you're on that tier any month, you will be shipped a special surprise piece of merch from DP every month that you're in this tier, which is the $33.33 tier. So you get all of the content that we make. You get to be put in the ending credits. You get to be a member of the booking committee. And we're going to send you a special piece of merch or something else cool, like something physical that we're going to ship to you.
Yeah, maybe like a vial of Billy juice.
So
who knows?
Don't make promises you can't keep.
I said maybe.
So this month, if you sign up for that tier anytime this month before the end of it, next month I will send you this. It is a sticker. It's a big sticker. It's 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches. So it's a huge sticker that you can pretty much stick anywhere and everyone will think you're cool because you have this cool sticker. And
you put it on your laptop.
Anything you want. And we'll look into like apparel in the near future, that kind of stuff, and we'll be taking suggestions. And we're also looking for cool artists possibly down the line to help us design some more merch that, you know, we'll pay you a fee to design something for us, and then we will shill it to the masses. So just putting it out there. You can sign up at any point and leave at any point. It's just once you pay that pledge of $33.33, next month I'm going to go through and get everyone's address and ship them one of these. And the taxes and the shipping and everything's already handled in the cost of that pledge. So yeah, there's that. So if you want to sign up, if you're hearing this now for the first time, go to Patreon. It's the $33.33 tier.
Yeah, Goose Juice in the pleb chat says, "Neat. I'll stick it on a random gravestone.
Do that.
So that dead person can be the coolest in the graveyard."
You should do that. You know what you should do? You should pledge like 50 times and just put it on 50 gravestones. I think that's the best deal. Yeah, so that's the shilling segment. You know what I did? Sturgis to me is kind of like, oh, there we go. We got one. That's amazing.
Right there.
Sturgis to me is kind of like almost the new Brett Keane in a way. You know how we do who's worse? I kind of want to do who's dumber between Sturgis and Jared Genesis because I think they might actually be close.
Jared Genesis is more articulate.
Yes, that is true. But I and also I think Sturgis is just like dumber. Like it's more difficult for him to grasp basic concepts, and he's even more of a hypocrite and even more self-unaware. And he does the Brett Keane thing where he pronounces words wrong and like phrases wrong. He was trying to say "come out of the woodwork" lately, like in one of his recent videos, and he said "come out of the wet work."
What is wet work?
Come out of the wet work.
That sounds gross.
He was calling out you know who Michael Rappaport is, right?
Yeah. He
was calling out Michael Rappaport because Michael Rappaport was like gloating about Trump getting arraigned, you know, and Sturgis tweeted at him, "Hey, dumbass, what happened the first 2 times? Nothing. Guess what will happen the 3rd time? Probably nothing. Then you're going to cry about it." It's like, what do you mean nothing happened? He literally got charged with felonies.
The first time wasn't federal, and that was civil, and he lost, right?
No. Okay. Yeah, the first time he had a civil trial, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when he was arraigned. He was arraigned in New York on New York State charges. He's been arraigned twice by the federal government. Those are the 3 times.
What were the New York charges for?
It had to do with I believe it was funding. It was like campaign funding laws that he broke there, which were felony charges. So he's been arraigned.
Sturgis is Jared Genesis. They do almost the exact same things with some exceptions. They act almost alike.
Yeah,
there are some exceptions.
So he to say nothing happened just displays how he has no idea at all what he's talking about. Like, did he expect them to just like convict Trump and throw him in prison right then and there? That's not how it works. You get arraigned and you make your plea, and then based on what your plea is, then you decide, then they give you a little time to build your case because you're going to court. You're being charged with a crime. And that's what happened here. To say nothing happened to him is so insane to me. Like, he's going to court. He's being charged with several felonies in 3 different cases.
Well, I think once they start putting all these charges up in a numerical statistical form where he can just read the numbers, he'll understand it better. But he'll have to be able to read it in number form.
So some people have come to me and they've said, "Hey, you should stop picking on this Sturgis guy. He might be retarded." So Sturgis, if you're retarded, just clear that up with me and let me know. Just say I'm retarded and I'll stop making fun of you. But until that time, I'm going to keep making fun of you.
I think he is, and I think that shouldn't keep us from picking on him.
No, I want him to say it. If he says it, I'll stop. If he's like, "I'll wait. I'll wait. I'm retarded."
I'm an equal opportunity person. I'm gonna pick on somebody if they're low intellect, if they're mentally.
I'll be willing to stop. I'll be willing to stop if he just admits that he is. How about that?
I won't stop though, so it's 50-50 Sturgis.
So I was watching one of his videos. We're gonna cover the Eric July stuff, and then I got a few Sturgis things that we'll check later. But this is a quick clip that's maybe like almost a minute long. And it's him just saying, like, contradicting himself, like Jared Genesis levels, like contradicting himself. It's hilarious. Here it is.
On a live stream that was just about me, saying I was triggered and I blocked you. No, I didn't block you because you weren't
Okay, he just said I didn't block you.
blocked when you made this. You took a screenshot of me blocking you, supposedly, which all I was doing was blocking and unblocking you because
I didn't block you, but I did block you and then unblock you. What?
because on mobile, you can't remove this follower, so I have to do it that way on mobile.
Oh, so you did block me, and that's how I got the screenshot of you blocking me.
He's kind of owning you right now, though.
How?
He's saying he blocked you and unblocked you, and you were stalking him so hard that you caught the 1 second or 2
It
seconds.
wasn't
that you
1
were
second.
blocked.
It wasn't. Well, he didn't even say that. You're giving him way too much credit here. No,
He
I was.
said he blocked you and unblocked you to get you to
didn't.
stop following him.
He
and
didn't do
you
that.
admitted to him like soft blocking you for the longest time.
He didn't do that,
and
though.
unblocking you the whole time.
He didn't do that. Are you listening to me? He didn't do that this time. He kept me blocked for like 2 minutes. After I asked him if his parents were brother and sister, he got mad and blocked me for like 2 minutes. And then when I posted the screenshot, then all of a sudden he unblocked me.
Oh,
That's
so
what
he's
happened.
Lying.
Oh,
He's lying, Ben.
Yes.
But apparently
Oh.
I have moves according to them, which I guess you can believe that if you want. You can go ahead and believe that if you'd like. Doesn't really help anybody but you. Or actually, it doesn't help anybody but me. I'm sorry. I made that mistake that it actually helps you.
And he tells other people that they self-own all the time.
If some dude is trying to tell people how you lie for money, just make up some lies about him. That way, you won't lose out on money. Scam Lee.
Scam Lee.
They're calling Eric July Scam Lee instead of Stan Lee.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
So someone posted 2 pages of ISM 2, of ISM 2, and Eric July DMCA'd them. And
Oh, snap.
yeah, basically it was just a critique of the coloring of these pages, which I don't really care either way. Like I don't really see a big problem with the coloring, but what they were doing was it was transformative because they weren't showing the whole comic. They were just showing a couple pages and they were doing commentary on it. So in my opinion, that is fair use. But Eric July, he's doing the butthurt DMCA. He got butthurt, so he's issuing a DMCA.
Are these pages finally released?
The comics started shipping a couple days ago.
Huh.
Yeah. So, he made a video about this trying to justify the DMCAs, and we'll get to those in a second. I do want to point out this, which is funny. So this character, he's wearing 2 rings in the first panel, and then in the second panel, he's wearing no rings, and in the third, and then in the fourth panel, he's wearing 1 ring. What's the continuity issue here?
What if Darren's superpower
is that rings disappear?
Whenever his fingers are being used, the rings absorb into his hand. That's why here he's not using his hand. He has 2 rings. Here he's drinking, the ring disappears.
Yeah.
Here he's crushing, the ring's still gone. Here he's half using his hand. He's pointing, so one of the rings is still there. This is genius if that's the case.
I see. Yeah, so here's Eric talking about the DMCAs and everything.
Again, I apologize for having the world's most retarded detractors.
I thought you were going to say fans.
Oh, well, one or the other. Does Sturgis become a detractor because we've now pointed out that he's a fat? Does he get to be a fan anymore?
No, he just denies that he is a fat.
I want to point out that I thought Eric July had arm tattoos.
No.
But now that I'm looking at it, it's just wads of hair.
Wads and wads of hair. It's like parts of his beard got stuck on his shoulders.
Yeah, go and brush your shoulder off, Eric July.
It's actually going to be one of the last videos that I do kind of on this topic. for a little bit, maybe a month or so. We need to be talking about ice.
I was like, Ben, pause it. I really want to see what his tattoos are. But before I said anything, I was like, holy shit, it's fucking beard hair all dripping down his shoulders.
It looks like he's got like lint stuck to his shoulders.
Engaging and interacting with
like dust bunnies from like under the table or something, and he like glued them to his shoulders.
The fans, because that's what matters, and that's of the utmost importance. Now, I'm gonna set the scene for you. Last couple of days, there have been guys that have gone on like a pirate campaign. Let's just call it exactly what it is. These idiots have gone out of their way to try to, affect the pockets of the company, pirating the site, admitting to it, and more so encouraging people to do exactly that. Others just post.
Do they?
Several. I'm talking like on upwards of 30 pages or more.
Our friend Rippaverse Goalpost is in the chat.
They have to be a
talking
troll.
About another man's body. Sus.
They have to be a troll because they talk about our bodies all the time.
I literally, before I even commented on the Eric July situation, he was already canceling Fats. He was already canceling Fats from speaking to him. I was out of town the week that they started covering him on the show, and he was already canceling Fats. Had he known the God Fat was just taking a week off, it would have been different. He wouldn't have been able to handle canceling Fats if he would have seen the God Fat first.
Of this book for everybody to see, even though we've not released any digital copies or anything like that. And Twitter took some of those guys down as far as the post. There's only been like a few guys that have done that. Now, for whatever reason, there of course are a handful of idiots that are trying to spin this as all he's trying to silence his critics. Blah, blah, blah.
That is what you spend more time talking about people who are critical of you than your actual creation. It's interesting. You are very, very sensitive. You're a sensitive man.
As if these guys haven't been talking for the last year about Ice on One and talking down. You haven't been taken down, have you? You can say it sucks. You can say it's trash. You can think it's the worst thing in the world. Nobody's knocking that. Even if you're posting like a pound or two, nobody's knocking you for that. I mean, but yeah, you're not smarter than our lawyers, number one. And this isn't.
What does that mean? What does that mean? You're not smarter than our lawyers, okay?
Maybe he's like Cardi B.
Oh, he has those kind of lawyers. Huh.
In the case of what's going to the government, anything, this is Twitter's specific policy. They talk about it on their fair use policy. You can look it up yourself. If you were sharing like small excerpts and talking about it, that's one thing. But to sit up there and like share the whole damn material or bulk of the material is
that wasn't happening. It was just a few screenshots of a few pages. That's it.
In this particular case, yes.
Problem, and you cannot do that. Could you imagine someone? And it's funny, people are like, well, it doesn't matter how it was ethically, if it was unethically sourced or something, that doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, a movie studio is going to allow you, just because you got it from someone else, to post, like, let's say even if it's 20 to 25% of a movie that's out that they haven't released. Like
20 to 25% of a movie is 4 pages, 20 to 25% of the comic book?
No.
Was it 4 pages or was it 2 pages?
It was like 2 pages. From what I saw, it was like 2 pages. Maybe other people were doing worse. But honestly, if you took 25% of a movie and cut it up and put your commentary over it, you'd probably get away with it on many platforms. YouTube, maybe not, because they like to cover their ass first because they got sued by Viacom a long time ago. So they usually err on the side of caution and side with the person making the claim. But you have a pretty good argument for fair use as long as you're not just uploading, the unaltered content. If you're actually altering it and transforming it, then it does fall under fair use. And this has gone to court before. So.
And even if you're talking, they're going to let you do that. No, of course it's not going to happen. In fact, let me show you guys something right here. This is actually one of my biggest detractors. Let's listen to what he said about what happened to him.
So let me defend him a bit, okay? And this is weird, but this post that I did is pretty egregiously fucking bad faith.
Let's not give him too much credit.
I found where there were 2 comic piracy websites that were both hosting ISOM number 1. And I said, well, shit.
Oh, my God. Rip Reverse Goalpost just really stepped on it because he told Big Diesel that there's fitness requirements to debate Eric. Big Diesel makes Eric look like a fat dude. Like Big Diesel is actually super fit.
Big Diesel is jacked.
Yes.
Rip-a-verse goalposts. Big Diesel is super jacked. Find a picture of him. If someone could tweet at Rip-a-verse goalposts a picture of Big Diesel, you can be the one that bridges this gap and puts this.
It's not going to work. He's going to
real
deflect.
buff specimen.
It's
one-on-one with Eric G. July.
He's so unbelievably dumb. Like,
you should pull up a picture of Diesel on the stream right now.
I don't have a folder with a bunch of Big Diesel pictures saved.
Diesel,
or anything.
could you DM something, or could someone DM something with like one of the best Diesel pictures, just so Rip-a-verse goalpost can run off and show it to.
He's not going to do that. He's going to make an excuse.
No. Eric July says all you got to do is be fit, and Big Diesel is buff. He's not just fit; he is buff. So Rip-a-verse goalpost can get this to Eric July and get the one-on-one debate set up. We know he just set the requirements.
Yeah, what's Big Diesel's Twitter? I don't even remember. I saw
Someone should DM you with
no one's done it yet.
PP pics, no PP pics, but like buff pics. Something we could put on the page here. We got. Someone's got to have a folder. If Ben doesn't, somebody does.
I'm gonna help him out and get me more eyeballs on that book. You know, I'm sure more people need to read it, right? Maybe they'll buy, maybe pump those number 2 sales numbers up. And so I made this image, and I made it look as close to an official image as I could. And I just started sharing it around, saying, "Oh, look! Wow! I can't believe he did that."
Alex,
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
Okay, so you see that right now. That was one of the biggest detractors that have done that. And again, there were other guys that are just sharing a bunch of pages off of it, specifically from the same pirate site that he's referencing. This isn't like them even.
Big Diesel, are you gonna send me a fucking picture of you or not? Like, we're all like putting it out there and no one's doing shit.
Taking a picture of their own book or anything and just having some discussion. Now, of course, again, you got idiots saying he's a hypocrite and all that. Like, I've never done that. When I was doing reviews for Marvel, that was all material that I bought. And I wouldn't do something as silly as go through the entire.
Okay, so does this?
I didn't know it was going to be a GIF.
It's a GIF.
Damn it.
Went fui.
Rip-a-verse goalposts, don't look directly into the muscles, okay? Try and cock your head to the side. I know you're not used to looking at a specimen this fine. Look at those. He doesn't have moves. He has moves.
Higher book, or even the
way
majority.
that chest moves.
You know, the book or a decent chunk of it like that. They would strike you. Marvel's known for doing this. The DC was known for doing stuff like that. So even when I did show like certain pages, of course, there was material that I specifically bought. I never would tell people go pirate stuff or do anything like that. I've never done that with movies even. I just don't see them. If I'm not going to see them, I don't see them. Even like
Mickey
other material.
Says, detractors, is he this narcissistic?
Yes.
He's basically branded the term detractors, you know, for anti-fans. It gives his actual fans someone to hate, you know, their own personal Gestapo. They get to go against, they get to attack these detractors and dehumanize them. It's branding. It's kind of smart. Mickey earlier said that someone close to her has drank the Rip-a-verse Kool-Aid and is a huge Eric D. July fan. So I'm sympathizing for Mickey right now. If you're trying to find a way to have an intervention with this person, a lot of people will try and say, look, there's better comic books than ISOM to read. They'll try and do an intervention by offering better comic books. That's not going to work in this case. I think the best thing you could do if you want to intervene is just hold a mirror up in the face of this person in your life and say, this is who you've become by standing for that stupid comic book. And maybe if they have anything in them worth saving, you'll be able to do it.
Everyone, please like the stream also if you haven't already. Throw us a like. It helps a lot. Also, if you're watching this after the fact, leave a comment. What do you think about Eric July, the Rip-a-verse, all of his weird fans that seem to have no self-awareness at all. Like a lot of them are fats.
Where I would share, like to say someone posted something on Twitter, and I'll share excerpt of it or something that I didn't actually have, which didn't happen that often. That's all that I did. I left it contained to that. So if I was talking about that panel or even that page, that was it. And again, if you do that, that's neither here nor there. But that's not what's happening. Let's just be completely honest about this. Talking about some censorship or he's trying to censor his critics. Again, you guys have been knocking this company.
So he's saying
year.
Because he purchased the book, he has the right to distribute versus people who download it without purchasing.
Yes.
That's not an indicator of rights. That's not how this works.
Not right to distribute anyway.
None of you got struck. None of you got struck. You
have the right to distribute either way, as long as it's transformative, as long as it's commentary, as long as it's not the entire thing and it's broken up with reason and commentary.
When you tried to pirate it and you bragged about it and you made a fool, because Twitter obviously they don't allow you to do that. Now, what
a place
I
says I thought leftists wanted to uplift black creators. No, he's libertarian and he won't talk to Big Diesel. That's the problem.
This is coming from the same group of weirdos who last year, when PayPal held up a $1.something million of our deal, it was always, well, that's their policy. Right? Because you can't do this, even though they got it wrong. You had some people saying, well, it was because of pre-orders. It had nothing to do with why they were holding it. But that was okay, right? That was okay. That wasn't censorship or anything of that nature, despite holding that much money that could have derailed our business. That was okay. It was the same group of people. But now you try to jack the company stuff.
I feel disrespected.
And now all of a sudden it's a problem. Right? Or it's a problem when you got called out on it. Dudes, it's hilarious.
This is most of his videos, too. Most of his videos are like this. Not talking about how awesome his comic is and hyping it up. It's always him in defensive mode because someone said they didn't like something he did.
But it's not always defensive mode. Sometimes they are also offensive.
Yes.
The Ripperverse is now officially 2 comic books and hundreds of hours of whining and pissing and bitching. That's the Ripperverse.
Say it's the worst thing in the world. You can talk down as much as you want. That is fine. Nobody's knocking you for that. But come on, let's at least be honest here. And just because you think other people, even people that are, let's say, cool with me.
You say what you want about the Ripperverse, but come on, let's just be honest here. And then goes off on another tangent. How about you be honest and say your fucking point? You say, yes, you can be critical, but let's be honest. Come on, tell us what we're being honest about. You can't just fill in the blanks because you have no real defense. Come on, man. Come on. It's just. I won't even say it. I won't dance around it. I won't even say it because you don't really have anything to say. Come on. You just want us to wipe your little wussy ass the same way the sycophants do. And we're not doing that.
No.
And the reason we're not doing that isn't even because your comic book is trash, right? The reason we're doing that is because you react in a way that elicits great laughter, great joy. You're a lolcow. We're milking. Go on.
Yeah. And his character, his self-insertion character, is just like him. Like, he can't even write a character that's different from him. You know, Avery Isom, just like him. He's gonna prevail through the power of Jesus. You know it's coming.
Even if the character was just like him,
it's lazy writing.
It's even funnier that every other character in the comic book is his voice. Like all the police are talking in the same way.
Yes.
It's like he has no depth for differentiation voice.
No.
When he's writing, it's funny.
Do that stuff. You have never heard me advocate for piracy or anything of that nature. It's one
when
thing.
You just said you bought the book and then did the same thing these people are doing when you commented on the other books. Just because you bought it and uploaded this stuff doesn't mean you weren't pirating in the way that you are. The way that you're accusing them of pirating. They download the fucking comic book illegally, but then they shared it the same way you shared the other book. You buying the comic book doesn't give you any more right or less right than they have to share. So when you DMCA, you can't be like, oh, they're sharing this, but I know they didn't buy the OG copy. That's not how it works. If you DMCA that, then all the other stuff that you put up, whether you bought it or not, when you decide to digitally reproduce it for commentary, you're in the same lane they are when you DMCA'd them. That's the problem.
And for you to share an image, that's your business. But to sit up here and like try to share the entire book, again, that we never released digitally.
Digitally. That's a good remix.
Yeah, I need
like
a
how
remix
he
of that.
says words with the stutter.
Digitally.
On top of that, encouraging people to do so, you admitting that you got it from a pop like that's and sharing like several full pages of the book is a completely different animal, right? That's a complete, and obviously you're doing it in bad faith as well.
Obviously, trigger words like bad faith.
Focusing on our fans. We're gonna
Different
start
animal.
focusing on supporters.
He wants to spend the good 10 minutes so he gets the double ad revenue on his little upload video here. He wants to make the best, longest apology while saying nothing the entire time.
Yep. Yeah, and Ripperverse is back in saying we're disrespecting successful people. We are equal opportunity disrespecters. We disrespected you. You're obviously not successful. We disrespect Sturgis. He's not successful, even though he pretends like he does.
Souls we punch down on.
Yep. Oh, dude,
it's practically embarrassing. If we had any shame, it would be the worst.
We don't.
On its way to a lot of people's doorstep. I can't wait for you guys to read. Early reviews are in. People are loving it, loving the introduction to Blood Growth, and I appreciate you guys and your support all day long. Now, because the book's now going out, you're going to have, of course, detractors ramping it back up. It is what it is.
You didn't get a break,
on you
did
guys.
you?
Focus on
you
you
didn't
guys.
Get a break. After a
feeling?
year of the last book sitting out, right before this book started its second run, everybody came out of the woodworks and started re-hating on it. Thank Dick Masterson and Vito. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he paid them to talk bad about the book, because that's given him such a big rush, such a big group of people to come out and support, saying, "Oh, you can't hurt our boy. We all bought that last book. We're gonna come out and purchase it again."
About the story, the actual customers, that is, we're highly appreciative of you, and we're thankful for all that you really do for this company, certainly legitimizing us and having a multi-million-dollar campaign. Can't wait for you guys to read Ice too, at least the guys that haven't.
Okay.
At least the guys that haven't.
This is really important to watch, I think. It's a clip from The Biggest Problem with Vito and Dick Masterson. They kind of break down how Eric's charity is basically a charity scam. And it's very eye-opening, so we'll watch a little bit of that.
Welcome to the biggest problem in the universe.
Let's do this thing.
Do you know what charity fraud is?
Well,
the
IRS. That's fraud involving a charity.
Here, like if you have a comic book, right?
Sure.
Rippaverse Goalpost says you cannot justify this level of disrespect. Completely unwarranted, Benny and Billy.
You have to be a troll. You have to be.
I want to apologize, Rippaverse Goalpost. I want to apologize to you, Eric July, whatever, Renowned Zero. That's his real name. This entire time, I've only been doing this for attention and respect. And I was hoping that you wouldn't call us out on that. I'm sorry.
So if you were to put copies up at half price, how much is a copy of Super Killer?
I'm selling them for $25.
So if you said I'm going to put it up for
$12.50.
$12.50.
Yeah.
Because that's my cost, right?
Right.
And if you said that's my cost, like when all is said and done, that's how much I'm paying.
Sure.
Take my word for it. So you can get a charity copy for Super Killer at $12.50 at cost, and then I'm going to give this to a comic book, a guy that gives comic books to kids with cancer.
Sick kids, wow.
Sick kids with cancer.
Are going to get a comic book if you give me $12.50.
Yeah, and then everyone said, "Oh man, that's awesome."
So they're still turning a profit on these charitable donations.
I don't want sick kids to not have comic books.
Send 10 kids a copy of your "I love everything that you're doing."
Yeah. Well, what could be a problem with that?
Uh-oh.
That's charity fraud.
Oh, no. What? How, Dick? How?
Because you're not allowed to charge your operating expenses for a product that you're giving away.
Really?
Yeah, you're not. That's called profit.
Right.
That's called charity fraud.
Right.
What you are allowed to do is collect money for it. What you are allowed to do is give product away, write it off. Oh, I'm giving 1,000 copies of Super Killer.
Sure.
Or something. I'm writing that off at about $4,000 worth of charity.
Right.
But what you're not allowed to do is charge $17 and say, here's a bunch of fucking comics.
Did you talk to anybody about this? Did you look this up?
At Eric July's charity thing?
No, I
at
just
an
mean-
unrelated topic that we're not talking about right now, that
Right.
Eric July was offering charity copies of ISOM
for
$17,
which is half of his $35 asking price.
for two sick kids with cancer.
Right.
So we contacted that charity.
Comic
Is
books
there
for
enough
kids.
backstory for comic books for kids?
Okay.
Yeah. And at first I thought maybe I shouldn't talk about this because I don't want to fuck up that guy's deal. But then I thought, fuck it.
Well, let me make this very clear for people. So if the cost to print your book is $5, and then you charge somebody $17.50 to donate it to charity, that means you've made $12.50, and they've donated $5 to charity.
Yeah.
You've donated nothing. You, the person selling the book, you have actually made a profit disguised as a charitable
I think you might have made
contribution.
$17. I got to check on that.
Well, it's not pure profit because the cost of the book
You can give
itself.
shit away and write it off, but I don't know if you can.
And also, another thing they've been talking about a lot lately is Eric has this warehouse that doesn't seem to be being used to its full potential. So people are questioning why he needs an actual warehouse when he could seek other avenues for printing and shipping without having to warehouse everything.
Do they think he's using it to store and ship illegal drugs?
There was a whole bunch of empty pallets and machinery, like forklifts and stuff that seemed unnecessary. Someone was basically saying that he had 2 or 3 machines that did the job where like he could have just had one of these different types of machines to do all of them, to like serve all of their purposes.
Take money for it and then give it away.
Well,
I don't know if that's the same.
I would think they would allow you to recoup your basic costs.
But not the labor involved, not the fucking guys shipping shit to the warehouse, not all that stuff. I don't think.
Yeah, because you're not part of the charity. If it was the charity can recoup that.
All I know
Yeah.
is if the charity that you're getting money for is not getting more than 66% of the money coming in, you're doing something shady.
If you're making a profit from
It's not illegal though, right?
Uh-huh.
What's the illegal amount of money you have to give from a charity? Isn't there like isn't it much smaller than 66%? I think I this was 20 years ago I heard this. I thought it was like 15% or something. Like a crazy small amount of what you take in actually has to go to the cause.
I like how Rip Reverse Goalpost comes at us saying we're obsessed with Eric, and that implying that that's a bad thing when they literally devote all of their spare time to defending Eric. How are you not the one who's obsessed with Eric?
They have a good point here, though. Actual fandom and organized chaos. You and I and Masterson and Vito all have such a disrespectful hatred for Eric July. We should get together and do a super anti-Eric episode.
Great idea, Rip Reverse Goalposts. We are having Vito on. We are having Vito on, like next week or so.
You're doing something extremely shady. Like
if the charity is ending up with no money and just a bunch of shitty comic books.
I honestly, like, when I'm not setting up a stream, I forget Eric July even exists. Like it's only when I'm in this space that I'm like, oh yeah, that's another buffoon we can laugh at today.
I have crazy sex dreams about him all the time. It's weird.
That they didn't want, that you could find in dumpsters all over the fucking world, that any comic shop has storage containers full of. If they're ending up with just a bunch of paper trash and no money, which is what they want, then you are scamming people.
Well, that's what's also complicated is that you go, well, we donated $1,000. That's technically, if the cost of the book is $35, that's like we donated $35,000.
It's not though.
And then you go, well, it's not because 1,000 comic books to that charity is worth
nothing,
about a penny.
Yeah.
You've given that charity.
No, it's not even worth a
basically nothing.
penny. They have to pay to ship this stuff. Like I know these people that take in these books need money just to ship all the books. It's very important they get money to cover shipping of this stuff. If you give them more stuff to ship and not enough money to cover it, you're costing them by giving them the fucking paper stack.
Nothing. Eric July puts up $17 copy of ISOM, which is exactly half.
How about this? We'll just send a bunch of pirated digital copies to the sick kids.
Ooh, nice. No paper cuts.
Yeah, they're sick.
They can put it on their little tablets and flick through the shitty parts.
Of what it is, and he says on Twitter that that's his operating expense. That's his nut.
He's saying $17.50 is the break-even point.
Price, which is, I mean, it's either a lie or he's an idiot.
It's either a lie or he's the worst businessman who ever lived.
Yeah.
That would mean
If that's your cause.
Your precious warehouse, you must be paying a fortune, and all these employees or whatever else. If you can't break even without selling a comic for $17.50, that's fucking nuts.
So I said, well, how much is the charity getting of money? I know how charity works. They need money.
Right.
How much is this charity getting of money? I didn't get an answer because Eric July is not talking about me directly anymore.
He's not talking about me directly.
Yeah, everyone got the ixnay on these guys because you're getting they're embarrassing you and you're fucking up your brand and they're never going to fucking stop. So stop engaging with them.
I'm pretty sure
retarded.
We're actually setting up a Christmas in July hate fest very soon. We're gonna have all of us and then the other two guys that Rippaverse Goalpost just put us onto.
Yeah, I didn't even know who they were, but thank you for helping us collab. You know what we should do? We should get ISM 2. We should get ISM 2 and do a live reading of it where we all just read it and react to it.
Possibly. To get around copyrights, we should all get a copy and we should all get pages that we read, and each of the pages that we read, we have to personally pee and poo on, or puke on, or spit on, or spill SpaghettiOs on. We have to ruin all the pages before we read them so that we don't get charged with copyright. That'll be our transformative procedure.
So don't talk about Dick Masterson and Vito Gesualdi. They have very legitimate criticisms. Honestly,
now, Rippaverse Goalpost says this charity fraud goalpost is super lame. There's no credibility, and it's been debunked 1,000,000 times. That's wild. I didn't know it was debunked 1,000,000 times.
Wow. Was it you that did it, Rippaverse Goalpost?
I don't know. Maybe Sturgeon did a couple too.
So I said, how much is the charity getting, though? How much of this money is the charity getting? I need to know. It's important. I need to know. You say on your website that you can get a charity deduction because you're charging people $100, $200, $300 to send kids with cancer your shitty comic book. How much of the money is going to the fucking charity? How much of that? What's the percentage? What did you tell them?
Right.
So a listener contacted the charity company. And this is where I said, well, I probably shouldn't say this kind of stuff because it'll fuck up this guy's deal. But again,
it's already happened.
Fuck it. This is the line that's important. The guy said, Eric, whom I've never met, reached out to me a couple weeks ago and told me that he was an indie creator who wanted to donate books to both the kiddos and the charity. Here it is. Wanted to donate books to both the kiddos and the charity.
Books.
Now, this was right when I started being an asshole about the money.
Yeah.
Because I'm an asshole for fun. I like it. If I can say I'm doing it for kids, it's just a socially acceptable way for me to act like a psychopath.
Yeah.
See? So this is a big opportunity for me to be cruel
for
to
the
people.
kids.
If Eric did a thing where he said, listen, for every 50 books I sell, I'm going to donate one to charity, that would be totally reasonable.
It would be,
it
would be stupid, but it would be fine.
Yeah.
Charging people money.
Yeah, he's giving them a discount, basically, but they're still paying for it.
And the money, it's not clear how much money is going to charity is a big fucking problem for me.
Yeah.
Eric has informed me that he received donations for 800 books. While I would have loved that to be donations of money, this year has been brutal in terms of donations. I think we will receive what he has committed, which is above the books, right?
Yeah.
No mention of money here. 2 days after I started in with, where's the money? Where's the money, Lebowski? Where's the money, shithead? This guy who we're talking to makes a post on Facebook saying, wow, unbelievable. Eric July's committed to sending us $8,000.
Yeah. So
kind of a random amount. Isn't it kind of
random
like
amount.
maybe this will make it go away amount? Because in my mind, I don't really understand how that maps to
I can't
the
figure out the
price
math.
of.
Yeah.
So if I bought 10 as charity and I want a charity receipt, like you say I can get on the website, how much of that was going? I don't think it works like that. I don't think I'm the giver legally. I think you are for giving the money.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get to write the $8,000 off. So that you're right. This makes no sense. Who gets to write off this charity?
I think I caused that. I caused the $8,000 donation of, oh, bro, you're fucking around. You need to give them this money.
I honestly think he was breaking the law with what he's doing. I don't think you can make money and claim it's a charitable donation.
Yeah.
Like if I go, hey, give me $30 to help kids with cancer, 25 of that goes to my operating costs. It's like, well,
Now,
you
did
told
he
me
say
$30
it was
is
a
going to kids
charitable
with cancer.
donation, or did he say buy these books and I'm going to give them to this charity? Like he did say that you could write it off. So that is him saying it could be a charity then.
Like, well, you know,
That
we
might have been
gotta
the
cover this
one
and,
that
you know,
caught
the
him.
printing and the blah blah blah. Yeah,
if 66% is not going to the charity, you are definitely a scumbag.
Yeah.
But you are doing some shady shit.
I don't want this to become a thing where every like one of these indie comics guys is now going to go
profiting off of
hey,
cancer
let's
kids.
profit off cancer kids. Like this is bad. What is happening?
Yeah.
First part of all this though is all the people going, he's donating comic books to charity.
He's not.
Like, don't you understand he's doing a good thing? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I understand.
No, he's not doing a good thing. Like
The worst thing is when I get told, well, they all do
charities
this.
do
Like
that.
Doctors Without Borders does not fucking pocket 90% of your money and then stitch up one hair lip in Africa, you shithead. The whole world is not a scam. Just what you guys do is a scam.
So much passion.
The whole world might be a scam though.
Hello everyone, I'm Renown Zero, and we're back again talking about some rip-reverse detractors, essentially detractors now that have attached themselves to me. And
Do you see the thumbnail there? All of his thumbnails are the same. He just changes whatever they're saying in the dialogue boxes there. And he has me saying, Sturgis is better than us. That's kind of a passive admission that he is now referring to himself as Sturgis. Like he's acknowledged, because he used to always be
That
like,
is cute.
He used to be like, I don't know who that is, bud. And now he's
Who's
like,
Sturgis? Well, he's in your thumbnail.
Yeah.
And he's better than we are.
Yep.
So you've acknowledged not only is he real, but he's also better than us. He might not be better than you, but according to us, he is you. Oops.
and they're currently at the point in their SJW tactics.
SJW tactics.
Classic.
Trying to essentially shame me, I guess.
Nope.
Is what they're trying to do, which
nope.
You can't
Okay,
really
I think
shame.
essentially is going to be the word. Essentially is going to be the word he uses multiple times this episode.
He likes that. He likes the essentially. Like he does use that a lot. That's one of his crutches.
Well, every video he uses a big word, and then once he puts it out into the world, he uses it like 7 more times. It's like it's stuck in his random access memory. He's only got room for one big word in his head, and then it just repeats itself.
Someone who doesn't let themselves be shamed, so you can continue to do whatever you want.
Okay.
You go shame me.
Thank you.
Anyway.
So don't cry about being harassed anymore. Then you just gave me permission to do whatever I want. Thank you.
And a lot of victims will give consent in the moment and then take it away when they realize how bad they've been hurt.
Or when they realize how much attention they can get.
Any way, shape, or form.
I think we've essentially hurt him really badly.
First things first, we are not going to interact or communicate or post on any of the people I show you, none of their social media. We're just going to keep all the comments in the comment section down below. We'll have a discussion there. We'll just do a quick refresh of ISUM number 2. Currently sitting at 2.
He does that. I love how he does this like he's the one that accomplished this shit.
He lives vicariously through Eric July, and Eric July lives symbiotically through the idiots that live vicariously through him.
Well, yeah, without the idiots, no one's going to buy his comic.
Dollars at 11,426 cover A's sold, 11,824 cover B sold, 3,740 cover C sold, 1,994 cover D sold, with 2,042 total books donated, 17,430 total purchasers. With the campaign ending on August 27th, 2023.
So, like, the campaign is ending at the end of this month. Why doesn't Eric July make videos being like, "Hey, the campaign's almost over. Get your pledges in now"? Instead, he's crying about people he shouldn't even care about, talking trash about him.
Well, he can't help but respond. He's a lol cow.
He pulled up the definition of SJW.
We're gonna learn something today.
Oh God!
But like I said, we are currently at the. It's not really a defame. It's more like a shaming tactic that they're going about with now. So, you got essentially white fat middle-aged people that like to write effing meaningless essays while eating McDonald's on social media. This is funny.
The comic book was what, $40, right? Is that how much he's selling it for?
Something like that.
And they've sold 17,000 and something copies, right?
Something like that. Yeah, they sold a bunch.
So that's less than $1 million. So a lot of people that are buying these books are spending way more than the cover price for them.
Well, there's multiple covers, which is another strategy.
Even at $100, I'm pretty sure that comes out to less than the amount they have.
Rip Reverse Goalposts. I mean, he has a weird way of showing that he's so busy working because he's tweeting all day about his fragile ego, and then he's making videos and he's filing DMCAs and all this stuff. Doesn't seem like all of his time. It doesn't seem like he's really focused on this.
See, our guy Sturgis should do the math. He should take all the levels of books here, multiply them by the amount paid, and then see how much extra money is floating around, and then wonder who's pumping all this extra money into the books. Are they cooking the books to make the numbers look bigger?
Eric, that'd be hilarious. Got the usually seen as annoying, probably white, egotistical, and idiotic people who get offended by every little thing and just absolutely love things like cancel culture, using it to try and smite anyone that stands in their way. We, of course, have weirdos on my old videos.
Your entire channel is about responding to people who are critical of Eric July, and you made a video about us first, and we've just been responding to you. You're the new little toy that we enjoy kicking around. That's what's happening now. So we're not SJWs. I don't want to cancel you. I don't want you to go away. I want to keep laughing at your ridiculous bullshit. But to say that like we're targeting you and trying to cancel you is just ridiculous. Your channel is literally to be antagonistic towards people who are critical of Eric July.
For some reason, they always seem to spew these weird gay fantasies that I don't really care to know about. I don't really care about your weird gay fantasies you have about...
Yeah, like that one time we took the Sturgis action figure and the Eric July action figure, and we made them hump each other in the ass for like 5 minutes awkwardly.
People, because that got shared around and Riley was sharing it around too. Riley made another video of him making action figures butt hump too.
And yeah, Riley does that all the time though. That's Riley.
So... people found the video and were leaving comments on it, and he went in and deleted all of them.
Fictional characters, or me, because I'm sorry, but I don't swing that way. It just is what it is. Unfortunately for you.
Rip Reverse Goalpost, you are just ridiculously dumb. Did I say he was scamming? I was saying that was a strategy that he had. I've bought book issues with multiple covers before. It's only a scam if they pay for it and he doesn't send them, which I didn't say he was doing. So
I'm 100% sure Rip Reverse Goalpost is actually trolling Eric July. But
he could be
trolling.
He could
the same way Zoe was trolling Jared Genesis for so long.
Either that, or he's just like literally stupid.
No, I think he's in on it, and he's just stirring stuff up. He stirs us up, so Eric July will more likely react to us.
So
he's just out here fishing through us. He's getting big bait to feed to Eric July.
Because the funny part is, like, I want to believe that because I don't want to believe that there are people this stupid in the world. But then I look at Sturgis and he's not trolling. He is 100% genuine. Like he thinks this is how he's gonna blow up on YouTube and like, well, he thinks he gets like 11 subscribers and he's like now famous. It's so weird. It is like Jared Genesis levels. Yes.
Rippaverse Goalpost is not remedial. He's a mastermind. He's killing it, actually. He's bringing out not only all these crazy, hilarious lolcow moments out of Eric July, but he's bringing out a resurgence of interest in our fan base, too. Rippaverse Goalpost, thank you.
Me. But, of course, I have people...
I kept posting the Isom dick.
Like...
Oh, that's not the Isom dick. That's the Christian cross, Ben.
Gideo.
That's the Christian cross. It just happens to be hanging above Isom's dick. But you're spreading the word of Jesus when you post that.
Now he's gonna play the video.
18 years ago.
It wasn't 18 years ago. It was 15 years ago. It literally says it right there.
Not 18 years ago. 15 years ago. Sorry, 15 years ago. I was a child and I made this video. It's still on my channel. You can't really shame me for it being on the channel when I know it's on the channel. So
why not?
But we got weirdos like this guy.
Why not? When you're like you're gay and it's not normal to be gay and all that shit, and then you have an old video on your channel of you simulating gay sex between your action figures.
Swing that way. I always assumed those were Eric's pubes on his chin.
I mean, whether or not he swings that way consciously, he's swinging that way in every other way. He's a submissive. He's taking Daddy Eric's rules and conditions. He's sucking down Daddy Eric's Christian fucking codpiece.
He's also
sucking down the Isom. He's if he's not that way consciously, he's definitely that way in every other way.
Yeah, he's also like the voluntary whipping boy for Eric July. Like, don't attack Eric July. Look at me, I'm a fucking buffoon. Come attack me instead.
Made their Naruto action figures butt hump a little, or look into one another's eye tenderly, or had them whisper sweet nothings to one another as they go to sleep. Totally not gay, man. Everyone does it.
I know girls make their Barbies hump. Like every girl who's ever had a Barbie does the scissoring thing. But again,
and do whatever he
men
wants.
don't do that with action figures. Men are too busy killing them because men have murder in their heart, not lust.
His weirdo crackhead self. No, don't smoke crack, kids. But this is essentially the guy who is going up a hill every single day to lose weight to eventually hold Eric July down and shave him, which is weird. I essentially said don't smoke crack. Of course, this is his response to that.
Whoa, you better shut the fuck up. You're not gonna try this shit on me, okay, you motherfucker?
I already shit on you all the time.
I'm not the Drunken Peasants. You think I won't pull the fuck up? You think I won't do something crazy?
Dude, you won't
He's
pull
about to clip your beard, dude.
Anybody.
Riley's about to come clip your beard. Welcome to the Clipiverse.
You're not gonna woe up on anybody. You're not gonna woe up on anybody.
You
have to invite Riley to the Christmas in July, Eric July hate-a-thon too.
Okay.
Literally anybody, you're going straight down, bro. You ain't pulling up on nobody. It's weird. And then he makes this weirdo video when I said, of course, don't smoke crack.
What do you think?
Oh, so clever.
Fellas, this guy is hitting on me. Should I give him the old 3 butt plugs and the handcuff steel? Or...
ain't nobody in this ain't nobody on this planet hitting on you.
He has a lady friend. He has a lady friend.
You just asked him for the 3 butt plugs and handcuffs combo, dude. We heard you.
Yes.
Especially not me.
Should I shave his arms? Let me know in the comments below. Haha, thanks. Like and subscribe.
Of course, he has this weird poll right here. You can go ahead and read that. You also have
tucking in the homies and kissing their foreheads goodnight is way too important to simulate on action figures.
Thank you.
Sturgis needs to get his priorities right.
Facts.
This weirdo saying weirdo things. But, we also have my parody account.
Look at the like images. It's always right there.
Like I said, just saying a bunch of nonsense.
I loved a whippaverse with my small peepee.
It's essentially trying to...
I'm glowing, bud.
I guess shame me. They have videos, my old video. It's weird.
It's not about shame. It's it's mocking you, milking you for content. You are a lol cow. You are literally a lol cow. The fact that you don't realize you're one makes it even better. All the best lol cows don't realize they're lol cows.
Weird. Apparently,
There's no self-effacing. Like, there's nothing. There's no, like, reflection, like, oh, shit. Like, most people, they're like, oh, shit, you know, I was wrong about that, or, oh, shit, I fucked up there. You won't do that. You do this, like, I meant to do that thing. Or, like, I didn't block you. All I did was block you and then unblock you. It's like, that means you blocked me.
I do things to myself in Air July, and
I noticed that he blocked me because I was looking at someone else responding to him and I couldn't see his part of it. So I'm like, oh, he finally blocked me. It was right after I said his parents were brother and sister to him. So I knew he got butthurt there. But then he saw me like mocking the fact that he blocked me and he came back.
it's just, dude, people are weird. Saying that they have Jesus.
I got the Jesus dick energy, so the rent in my brain is at least $25.50 per month.
No, he definitely has Jesus dick energy. That's I saw him right there.
No.
He's got the cross right above the codpiece.
No. Why not on the, like, most superheroes have the, like, if they have like a logo, it's on their chest, like an insignia, not
and this
down.
This isn't just an arrow, or I mean, this is just a cross. There's an arrow pointing to his dick too, where the cross is on the tip of the arrow. You look at the orange above it; it's literally an arrow pointing down at the dick. Isam's not just a character that gets his powers from Jesus. He gets his powers from fucking Jesus.
Just D energy.
The arrow couldn't be any more fucking giving, dude.
Giddy-o.
Brain. Again, I made this point plenty of times.
Look how he's circling it. He's circling it with his mouse pointer.
Plenty of times that they fantasize about Isam's
Yeah,
junk.
rub the crotch a little more there with your finger pointer, dude.
We fantasize about it, he says. We just point out how weird it is.
A lot.
It's fantasy.
And it's really weird, dude. Just stop. Just stop.
Have you thought about that, Ben? Have you thought about
Holy
just stopping?
crap, man.
Now that
You must be, like I said, you're
Sturgeon
down bad.
says stop.
Oh, and then he does like, you talk about me, so because you do,
really
this happens to your
You're
channel.
down bad with your views, your no subscribers. It's like, bro, you had less views last month for a channel your size. You were down 6,000 views from the previous month. And of course, you're down 1,000 subs because.
So like, no matter what, he'll be like, well, because I could be like, oh, we get way more views than you. Oh, cool, we got another one. Thank you for signing up for the merch part of the Patreon. I'll remind anyone who wasn't here earlier what that is in a second. But he'll be like, well, your channel's been around longer. And I noticed Seth Looks was like, why do I have more followers than you on Twitter? And he's like, well, you've been on Twitter longer than me. So he always has like a weird caveat. He's so obsessed with the numbers and he acts like they matter so much. But then he always has an excuse to where like he's never on the losing end of it. But if you look at his channel, he's down on a lot of things. He's down on views this month. He's down in subscribers this month. So
Winners never have to explain themselves.
the funniest thing is if you go to Eric July's Social Blade, he has multiple months with negative subscribers.
Of course, no one actually cares what you have to say, and all you do is complain and bitch about me for the last like 9 live streams. You've been bitching about me. Well, I continue to grow, right? Yes, there is a dip in views.
We've been too busy making money to grow.
He's like, when I grow, but, well, yeah, I did get a dip.
Subs, but they're pretty close. Like, what, 5 less subs in the previous month, which I do appreciate everyone who
He's going to be so shocked when he tops out eventually.
has subscribed.
It's coming, too.
And I will continue to do content like this because, again, they really can't shame me out of...
No, keep doing it. We're not shaming you. Please, I'm encouraging you.
Literally anything. They've tried and tried and tried.
This'll probably be my last dono in a while since I just upped my Patreon. Love the sweet boys.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and that's cool.
Appreciate you.
And it's looking like it's going to be more successful, the merch level. So I have to start brainstorming on what piece of merch will be coming out next month too.
So,
DP comeback.
You also have this guy who's essentially trying to shame me.
It's Rat Lord. What is this? He's essentially trying to shame me. He used essentially again.
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
But what's with this shame? There's no shame. You're just.
I'm glad you haven't touched that cancer in a decade now. Do anime, that shit is turning your brain into mush. Wouldn't want you to end up like one of those furry degenerates, or even worse, a cosplayer. Turn to God in America while you have a chance. He's trolling you. He's not shaming you.
Yeah,
He's
where's the
essentially
shame?
fucking with you.
Yes, where's the shame?
For
He's the one who shames people.
Liking Square Enix and liking RPGs and liking anime. Even though I haven't bought a Square Enix game in over a decade because they've become a piece of crap company.
He doesn't realize he's responding to this genuinely.
And their games are not very good. But, I actually said anime is more popular than anything on Netflix. It's why they try so hard to replicate it or live action it. They won't ruin any franchise that I love, saying that he hopes Netflix ruins my favorite franchises. Netflix isn't going to ruin Castlevania for me. I can literally pick up the old games like Symphony of the Night and Super Castlevania 4 and the original Castlevania, and I can play them at any time. They ain't going to ruin that experience for me. They can't do shit about it.
Then why are you so butthurt about the new ways franchises are portrayed then?
So let them make.
If it can't be ruined for you, even if there's new stuff that you don't like, then why do you care?
A Netflix series about Rondo of Blood. It's not going to ruin my experience with Rondo of Blood in any way, shape, or form. So, but now we're going to move on here to Puma Fist, right? Puma Fist, who has this to say.
What's up, witches and warlocks? Puma Fist here. So I got to make a reaction
Oh, this is the guy that talks about the warehouse and why the warehouse is a joke.
video. Ripa just released this fly through of his fucking warehouse 2.0. Oh God.
Yeah, they did like a drone flying around the warehouse, and it would like go slow motion at certain parts, and it had this really generic royalty-free kind of music, and it showed Eric July sitting at a table signing ISOM books.
You think maybe he's only renting out a small part of the warehouse?
No. It's the whole warehouse. It is definitely the whole warehouse. The entire warehouse. And it's air conditioned too, which is weird. Normally a warehouse would not be air conditioned.
First of all, it's overly produced. I don't know how much of it is CGI.
You got to air condition though to keep the pages from getting destroyed by
most
weather.
Most comics are not stored in an air conditioned warehouse. That is not true.
Really? I know they air condition a lot of Magic the Gathering storage because the Magic cards will curl. So a lot of the cards will
I'm
curl.
a warehouse supervisor and Derek is filling this space up, but then it's all going out and will be empty until the next Kickstarter. It would have been much cheaper to use a fulfillment center.
Fulfillment center, yes.
But it's probably a fucking lot. And let me
It's absolutely not. See, right there, that's a cope.
just tell you, Ripa, as a dock foreman, as a guy who works at a warehouse for a living, how much space you're wasting.
Are we sure that it's all his space? Are we sure it's
Yes,
not other
it
comic
is.
books in there or other things being
Yes,
stored there
it's
as well?
all his space. Yes, it has been confirmed that the entire warehouse is his.
Essentially a successful businessman how to run his business. I can guarantee he knows more about it than you do.
Why? How can you guarantee that? You don't know that.
Yeah, is Eric July in the warehouse business? I'm pretty sure this guy said he's in the warehouse business.
Yeah.
He might know more about Eric July, who's just recently needing warehouses for 2 comic books.
I got a couple other questions too. Why do you got 2 scissor lifts and a forklift? All you need is an order picker in there.
So 2 scissor lifts and a forklift, all you need is an order picker in there. So one machine could replace 3 of the machines that they have.
Literally, if you have to have those racks going up to sea level, what the fuck are you doing? This don't make any sense. It don't make any fucking sense.
Well, of course it won't make any sense to you considering you don't own a business of your own. Of course it wouldn't make sense to you. But you're seriously questioning someone who has a successful business about how they're running it.
And yet, the way you've got it spaced out, your work area is nice, right? For your 2 fucking packers. Dude, that area is big enough for like fucking 8 people. What are you doing? They don't need that much goddamn space. So if you're spending money, if this is a real warehouse and it's not just fucking CGI.
Of course it's a real warehouse, you idiot. There's literally people in it working.
It looks like with your fucking fly through. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here.
Yeah, do we have the warehouse video? Can we watch it?
I'll look it up.
It would add some context to all this.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get it pulled up here.
What are you doing with all of that space just to fulfill this comic book that's going to come in waves anyway, right? You're going to be...
He needs space for all the other comic books that are going to release soon enough.
He's so desperate to defend everything that he does.
And then he's going to move into ISOM number 3.
Shipping it out in waves with your fulfillment. So why are you spending all this money on that wasted space? It doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. You know how warehouses make money? When they're over capacity. That's how they make fucking money.
Well, you know how Eric July makes money? Not off of product and operations. He makes money off of grifting and convincing his fan base that he's going to build a better comic book for them in the future. This is snake oil salesman tactics.
I'm trying to find... I saw the video a little while back, and I can't remember where I saw it. I thought I saw it on Twitter. Let me see. I'll go to Eric's actual Twitter. X. I'll never get used to calling it X, by the way.
You better. I heard that Elon Musk is going to start banning people for dead naming X.
Cool.
Fucking space for your small project is fucking ridiculous. I don't understand what you're doing. Like, I'm actually kind of like flabbergasted from what you just showed.
Again, no one should really take business advice from someone who doesn't run a business themselves.
No.
He literally said he runs warehouses and has for many years.
Oh, because he doesn't own the business. Because Eric July owns a comic book business. This guy doesn't know more than him about the warehouse business.
And again, Eric July doesn't own a comic book business. He successfully works for a company that... He works for Blaze TV. He gets money based off of the anger and uprise of an unsettled crowd of people. Like this is 2 comic books. 2 comic books does not necessarily mean you run a comic book company. It's a good start.
You're paying for square footage. You don't need that much. You don't need that much. Cut your costs down. Increase your profits. Right? Like I said, the only time warehouses are making money is when they're over capacity. And
but what if you made so much money off of a Indiegogo, Patreon, Kickstarter campaign, or whatever you want to call this little campaign? What if you made so much money off a campaign that you're going to have to pay taxes, and buying this warehouse is going to put money into the warehouse that you can then write as a loss for your company when it comes tax season?
Here it is. I found it. It's on.
What if this is another scam?
I couldn't remember where I saw it, but it's actually on his channel. I'll just play it from the browser here. Give me just a
I had
second.
a response to this dummy.
This dummy.
Let's go ahead and listen to it and laugh.
Let me apologize for having the world's most retarded detractors. Months ago, we shot a drone video, which was recently released, and you had some idiots that insisted that we had too many pallet positions open, so our warehouse is too big. But never mind that. Let me show you something. Before we get cleaned up and start the day, as
See
you can see,
how easily it is to get him to react? It's unbelievable.
The fulfillment area looks like different. It's a lot more full. Those racks weren't really full, but
there's still a lot of empty space up there.
There right now, you can see our actual packing kind of station with our 3 different stations here. It's pretty full. That's the front of the house. You can see right here, shirt racks completely full. This is a lot more full than what the drone video, of course, showed. And yeah, we have some open pallet positions, but we're receiving 11 actually this morning. That's going to fill that part up right there.
All right, yeah, let's watch the warehouse video here. It's right here.
Rippaverse. That was a cute thing.
Working so hard.
Is he autographing them?
Yes. there is like there is a lot of empty space not being utilized here.
Yeah. This is a fun video. Like, for somebody who doesn't know how business works, this is pretty cool.
So yeah, it's a whole warehouse. Oh my god.
That was cute. That was cute. Good for him.
There, of course, got our shirts and stuff right there. This rack.
I like that he feels like he has to defend that.
We are receiving some
like,
more product.
who cares? You're obviously wasting money.
These posters as well. I get it. Everybody on the internet's a guru, but you
Riververse Goalpost, no one deleted your comment. You're paranoid.
have to understand we have to have enough pallet positions to receive product as well.
Yeah, I don't think that you're allowed to comment links in here, Riververse, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. That was a clerical error. We don't allow people to link in our chat unless they're
Most people don't.
A mod.
Is picking up. We got a few books that's going to be dropping within probably the next 6 months. And at any given time, we can receive 20, 30 pallets at a time. And yes, some of it goes out, but sometimes it's not going to go out. The goal isn't to be just filled to the brim to where you couldn't receive product that defeats the purpose. I'd advise that you shut the fuck up when grown folks are talking.
Well, see, that's the difference. If he would have shut the fuck up, we wouldn't have had that video of you curtailing, trying to appease him. The detractors are putting out the hook and you're biting. Like that's the thing. But like that original video of the drone, that was a cool video. That was great.
Yeah,
that was fine.
And there's your response to essentially Puma Fist. We do have comments here. Do you have to spend extra on AC to keep it cool so the comments don't get fucked up? I mean, you don't have to. Most comic warehouses don't, but
Most comic warehouses do not have air conditioning. Coming from the horse's mouth.
that's the reason we have AC in both front and back of the warehouse. Alright. Vito is so obsessed, but shout out to Bruce Flash in the chat of live streams. Vito is so obsessed about what Eric talks about that he's forgotten he has his own book and rarely even talks about it. It's no shock that bottom feeders like Vito can only achieve a small fraction of Eric's success. Again, this is a guy who defended the movie Cuties. I've never heard this man talk about his characters or story the way he endlessly talks about his warehouse. Well, because you don't actually go to his live streams. That's probably why you don't know that. Plus, there's also the simple reality that once a campaign is over, the books and merch for it do not just vanish. The more the campaigns that happen, the more space will be taken up. It's either have a massive warehouse expansion or a smaller expansion after every campaign. Good on Chloe for realizing that. I would have
Good job, Chloe.
Good job.
Bob and saved little thousands, but that's just me. No, you wouldn't have. Stop repeating the rabbits. Buster Baxter, we all know who that is. If you've never been here, though, it's Dick Masterson he's referring to. Considering that Eric has done a video or post explaining this process, I don't think you should be questioning him. Again, you're not a businessman, so why would you question it? And I'm pretty sure.
I love this. It's such a fallacious argument that, like, someone owns some business, therefore they know more about all businesses than someone else.
Eric is smart enough to.
Like, someone could own a restaurant and they wouldn't know more. Just because they own a business doesn't mean they'd know more about like someone who's the manager at like an auto repair shop does about the auto repair business.
It's the same reason people put credibility in Donald Trump when he was running for president. They were like, we don't care if he wasn't a politician.
Well, yeah, people,
we don't care if he wasn't in the military. He's ran a business.
Right.
So he can run America. He's ran a business.
Yeah, those people are morons that equate things like that don't make any sense.
Figure all of that out since he's figured out pretty much everything else. So, but moving back along to Goalpost Twitter, go follow him.
Those patriots
on Twitter
are morons, Ben, not people.
Very good stuff. We have this person, brag about money. Tell me what the book isn't. Saying you don't like SJW, Marvel, and DC. Brag about money for some reason. Because they're profitable and Marvel and DC are not. It's pretty simple.
They're not.
We just hear every Ripperverse stereotype. Now you'll rage scroll my profile until you find a drawing of something and repost it for clout.
I'm pretty sure both Marvel and DC overall as companies are profitable. I mean, isn't DC owned by Warner Brothers? Pretty sure. And
here's the thing: has Marvel and DC each put out 100 times more comic books in the last year, 2 years that were not profitable?
Sure, because they can afford to, and they can afford to create new intellectual properties and see if they work.
They're putting out so many books. You've put out 2 books in 1 year, and you've already coined it a Rippaverse. Your entire existence is coining it off of what it could be. Again, that's a scam tactic. This is like when they sell you a plot of land in Alabama saying it's going to be a big multi-residential space in 20 years. You're buying into the scam. Nobody ends up building it. But if it gets built, hey, you bet on the right horse. Congratulations. I'm not trying to hate any of this. You guys all want to believe, and like you want to believe in Christ as well. You're big in belief. You're big in getting paid off way, way, way after you've paid in. That's what the entire Christianity thing is, right? When you die, you cash in your heaven ticket. You guys are really patient when it comes to payoffs. So I think you're all going to be very happy with this Rippaverse thing.
Are you proud of this meme? This is a meme that people use when they don't read the book. Let's see.
No, it's a meme that you use to invalidate people by claiming they haven't read the book, even if they have. That's what it is. And you use it so often that you guys just made a meme of it to post.
At this part, we can skip. This is the guy right here.
It's Riley walking up the hill.
Videos in the beginning of this video that I was talking about. This is the guy here.
Don't fuck with the Clipperverse.
Walking up and saying day 52 of walking up this hill every day until I'm fit enough to pull up and shave Eric July. It's freaking weird, I guess. Organized chaos. How to fail.
How's it weird? Scene. Eric July said you have to lose weight to see him, and this man's walking up hills to lose weight to see Eric July.
Yeah.
In your comic book, you're still complaining about Isom 1 with Isom 2 being out.
Okay, we can still complain about it. You still complain about movies you think are too woke and shit.
He's got a good point, though. He's got a good point. Everybody, it's time to complain about Isom 2.
All right.
We have Eric, who gets triggered by the reverse warehouse. Of course he does. Because, again, it goes back to the standard SJW. This is actually...
Do SJWs complain about warehouses? Are they just known to complain? You know, it's funny because I saw Sturgis made a video about Anita Sarkeesian because she finally ended feminist frequency, which is so funny because, like, me and Anita, we had our run-in years ago.
He radiates middle school clique third in command energy.
I triggered the shit out of Anita Sarkeesian back in the day just by taking her picture and then posting it on Twitter, and then all of her fans like accused me of all this illegal shit. It was something.
When I was watching her and Boogie at VidCon when they were, or I don't know if Boogie and her were on a panel at VidCon.
Yeah.
And I was in the front row because I was watching Boog and everything, and I was like cheering everybody on in the panel because I'm a sweet boy. I was just being a sweet boy, and she was smiling at me. And then Boogie said something she didn't like, and I clapped and cheered it on. And she gave me the hardest looking scowl, like I had betrayed her. And I'm like, girl, I'm in love with you. Yes, Anita Sarkeesian, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're the future of women, you're femininity incarnate. I appreciate that. But I came here for my boy Boog. I'm gonna clap for him.
Oh shit. Let's see.
Probably him, but literally the guy who gets offended by every little thing. Every little thing
you do makes me an SJW.
Here's what it's about. Here's what it looks like. It's on the shelf now, or whatever. You know what I mean? Or
I'm excited to talk about these characters. Let's get into their backstory. Here's the artwork. Like things that really get you excited about a comic book. Not look at my fucking warehouse. Like
here it is.
Damn.
He does a.
I got this on Know Your Meme. I didn't even know this was on Know Your Meme. Ben saw our buddy Anita in downtown Columbus today, and then she did this. Dear dudes, please don't. What is it? Stereotypically
Yeah, don't say it's actually pronounced surreptitiously.
It's surreptitiously, right?
Yes.
Take photos of women without their knowledge or consent. It's like you're a celebrity and you're in public and you sat down right behind me and we had just been making fun of you on our show like the day before that. So yeah, you're getting your picture taken. I didn't come near her. I didn't say anything to her. I didn't do shit. I was there first and she just randomly showed up. And I was like, wow, what are the odds? You know?
Someone just DM me the correct spelling. It's not surreptitiously. It's sure, Pete. I owe you, Sly.
I owe you, Sly.
Whole bunch of live streams about his book.
Stop stalking me, Anita.
And he's making other books like Alpha Core and Yaira, which will do those things.
Alpha Core. It sounds so bad.
Videos do we
it was the original Alpha Core started based off of this one character. And the one character, he's the lead of Alpha Core. His name's Kenny Body. And they call him Alpha Kenny Body. And then it became the Alpha Core.
Alpha Core sounds like a weird style of music.
Well, yeah. Alpha Kenny Body played beautiful music.
Called Yaira or
Alpha Kenny Body.
It's called ISOM.
It's a fucking warehouse, a big empty space with shelves. What the fuck?
See if you can...
It's a big empty space with shelves that are going to be filled with product. Mind blown.
Who gives a fuck about a warehouse? Who gives a fuck? It's a fuck.
Clearly, you give a fuck about the warehouse because you're making a video or you're on a live stream.
Okay, so you care about us because you say you don't care about us all the time, but you make videos about us. So if someone making a video about something means they care about it, then you, by default, care about us.
Aw, that means we care about Sturgis.
No,
that's beautiful.
we all just care about each other.
I love you too, Sturgis.
Now.
It is a storage space for materials.
It's all stat.
It's a storage unit. I have a garage. Should I just post images of, I have a fucking garage. Look at all the stuff I have in my garage. Like, and using that as a selling tactic for your fucking
I should do that. I should make a drone video in my garage.
Comic books. Like,
he's not using it as a selling tactic. He's using it as a way to show people that they're working hard to get people's orders out.
I mean,
and doesn't he live like somewhere like cheap? Like a warehouse is probably not that expensive where he lives.
I have no idea.
Isn't he out in like a bumfuck cornfield? Did he build a warehouse on his farm?
I don't know. It's a warehouse isn't cheap to rent.
Simple. It's not a hard concept.
I use UPS. Look at all these UPS trucks. I have plastic wrappers for my comic. Like,
if he owns the property, if he bought the property with the Rippaverse money, built a warehouse on it, then when this comic book fails, he has a warehouse he can fill other people's shit in and take fulfillment orders in. It's perfect.
That the independent space does, it's called being transparent.
He's a
showing that they're
transparent.
actually sending out the books.
What does that have to do with your the stuff you're selling? I don't want to.
Literally every other independent guy does this. Ethan Van Sciver does this. Doug TenNapel does this. Pretty much every other.
The first time I ever saw
Doug's got a warehouse?
The first time I ever saw Eric July was when we watched that video of Sidney Watson schooling Nick Fuentes. He was there for that. He was on that show.
Really?
Yes, that show was on The Blaze, and he was one of the hosts on that show, and he's there while that. Yes.
Wow, I don't remember that at all.
Yes, and it's that The Blaze is based out of like the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's not that cheap, you know. It's like a pretty big city in Texas.
A person in indie comics does the same thing. They show them shipping and packing orders. It's not a new thing.
Or watch somebody walk around a fucking warehouse. That's not exciting. He's a genius. He has a bunch of people excited about the inside.
Okay,
of the
fuck
warehouse.
these haters. That video was cool. That was a cool drone video. That was a cool video. These guys are that is not exciting. If these motherfucking people will get excited over ISOM #1, that drone video will get their dicks hard, dude. That was a great video.
You are fucking a genius. You've got fans that
Oh, he's a bigger genius than you because all you do
He's
is
a bigger
sit on
genius
that
than
trash
you.
live stream
My-
with a bunch
my
of
dad
other
could beat up your
stupid
dad.
people who call Eric July racial slurs and claim that they're allowed to call him racial slurs because supposedly Eric calls other people racial slurs and they think it's okay, or slurs in general.
Okay.
They think it's okay because he does it, which he doesn't.
Oh yeah.
That it's okay for them to do it.
that are ready to see the inside of your warehouse.
Fuck
Here's
yeah.
the inside of a box. Here's a box where I keep my shit at. Look, here's a storage unit with all my snacks in it. Look at all of my snacks in my storage unit. Like,
It is weird to show your warehouse. Like who else does that? Like
Well, I mean, this is a ground up scenario. All these people like Sturgis. Everybody feels like they're a part of everything. That he needs to show some sort of win. And the win here would be, look at, we have this big building full of bullshit. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. And then all these people believe into it. They get gassed up. In any business, one of the big things you want to do is make your business look bigger than it is, because that makes your stock go up, your price go up. When people tune into your business and you're just sitting there picking your butt, complaining about other people talking shit to you online, they get a little worried about it, unless they're these fervent sycophants that want to defend you, and they make YouTube channels and they do the same thing you do, but not as articulately.
Shows you how fat.
And he's not even that articulate.
Like that's a self-own.
It
That
is?
right there, you showing a box with your snacks in it, that is a literal self-own.
It is. I think it was a joke about how ridiculous it is to show such boring shit as the inside of a warehouse.
Can we get a close-up on those snacks?
That is a literal
He didn't actually show snacks. He was like, "Oh, what if
Shit.
I did this?"
self-own. You don't even realize how badly you just self-owned yourself.
exciting, right? So exciting. Like, who gives a fuck? And then the people, and I love the fact that people that are talking about the warehouse are doing it in a way that's making him so angry that they don't like his warehouse.
Yeah, that's
Look
funny.
how small it is. His warehouse is so small. It's so
Like
empty.
the warehouse video was fine, whatever, no big deal. But the fact that he responded to the people talking bad about it is the funny part.
He responded. I was at Eric July's Twitter just a second ago, and I saw that he drew more attention to that video of the guy who works at a warehouse criticizing everything. You know? So he like reacts to it, he signal boosts it.
I have shelves full of stuff.
You're doing the same thing, bud. You are literally on this live stream doing the same thing. Doing the same exact thing that everyone else you just said was doing. You're doing the same thing.
You're doing the same
It's
thing.
ironic that you don't realize the lack of self-awareness is
Oh my God. You accuse everybody of doing shit that you do all the time. You have an insane lack of self-awareness.
Stuff. It's not full now, but it will be soon. Look. Like, who gives a fuck? It's a fucking warehouse.
You mean
of comics?
I think you're right, because I saw
What they
a post
lack
from
in self-awareness, they make up for in self-ownage.
that one account about that, where there's like a literal checklist of all the things that probably one or two people have said over the last year. You know what I mean?
No, everything that Rip Reverse Goalpost put out, saying all the different goalpost shifts, all of those things were said. I have videos going back to how long it's come, and all those things that he put on there have been said. I have record of all of it.
Well, I'm
Like,
glad
they
you got a
first they
folder.
said there's no comic book or whatever, and it's like, did one?
Yes, they did say that. They did say that. I have videos.
Sure, bud.
all
He
of
calls
that.
people bud all
One
the
person
time.
on Twitter say that. You know what I mean? Like,
And this is why, I'm sorry if I'm pausing too many times, and this is why I make all these videos, recording all of the stuff that is said by detractors of the Ripperverse and the detractors of Eric, because you have people like Dane who were so stupid that they don't realize that these things were actually said. So I have recordings of these things. I have records of everything these people say, so they can never be like, well, this was never said. Well, I got videos that prove otherwise.
But here's the thing. Whether it was said or not, you should never have cared about it. Caring about the detractors gives them power, and it's a power that Eric July mines to get people like you, the sycophants, to pay more attention to him because they feel like they're rallying against a great injustice.
Yes.
But the fact that you're rallying against it is you're part of his scam, and you're part of giving these people power who don't deserve it.
You're paying to do it too.
We don't need power. Like, we would talk bad about anybody for any reason. We don't care. We're sick. We have problems. But other people, you're giving like these nerds in their basement power. You're giving all these other people power. We already have power. We're sick. We're disgusting villains. But these guys, they don't deserve it.
Random person. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about this fucking Steven.
Yeah, let's just go back to talking about something else that no one cares about.
He's so butthurt.
Because you genuinely just cannot stop talking about Eric. I bet if I go to your Twitter account right now, you're still talking about Eric. Let me just check to make sure.
There's our name down there.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, we're at the top of like his YouTube search history too, because he's like pulled up our channel before, and we were right there.
You're talking about reverse goalposts. This is the post that he was referring to.
We got the vigilant atheist in the chat. Something about their comic shop.
I buy and sell comics. My shop is 1/4 the size. I have 3,703 long boxes with 1 million plus bagged and boarded comics, and 1,500 boxes with about 750,000 unbagged. 10 employees. He is wasting space.
Where they everything here was said. Every single thing here.
So the only one that I say is it's a cult. That's the only one. I've never said any of the others. I've never said any of the other stuff. Clearly people buy it. Clearly it reached 1 million. It does not appear that it was late. Because I don't think they gave like a specific date, like back when they first announced it.
There is question how many people are buying it. Like, are people buying it, and then there's somebody buying it and putting a ton more money into their purchase to up the numbers? Maybe somebody from Blaze.
You know what? I have said the writing sucks too. I didn't say the art sucks.
Wow.
I did say that the writing sucks.
Site numbers are fake. That is a question of how fake could they be? Are they cooked?
Was said in the past.
These are questions.
Every single thing.
Obviously, we don't have all the information
for days now. It's like, I mean, you even have a live stream currently going on. Well, 6 hours ago.
Right, and you make all of your content centered around this shit. So don't act like you're so outraged that this shit exists. You need
even have a live stream. Much better than my own.
This was posted, but you have him in the thumbnail. So you care enough to continue to keep talking about him.
We're in a lot of your thumbnails, Sturges, so you care about us.
We've already established we care about him, he cares about us. We're a family. Family.
As much as you claim to not care.
Family.
But as always, these people show their hypocrisy. They show their lack of self-awareness. And they're going to continue to be losers and detractors and haters. They're going to continue to hate Eric's success because they disagree with things that he says and disagree with the way he runs his business.
No. I mean, it's his right to run it the way he wants, even if I can disagree with it. I just think the book sucks. The last one sucked. I guess we'll see what the new one is like.
Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit that like button. Comment below what you feel about all this. Like I said originally, do not interact or comment with anyone I've shown in this video. Keep all your comments in the comment section down below. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video. And I will see you all on the next one. Peace.
He's so unenthusiastic.
Right. Good job. You've defended your man, Sturgis.
Stand by your man.
I do believe we have some delicious Lizzo content.
Yeah, we do. Before we get into that, I want to remind everyone we have a new Patreon tier. It is a monthly surprise. It's the DP Special Surprise Club, where you get a cool piece of physical memorabilia every month that you have a pledge at this level. You get all of the stuff from the levels below that. Plus, I'm going to ship to you something cool that we think you'll like. This month, we are doing this as a sticker, a 5.5-inch by 5.5-inch sticker, so fairly large, of myself and Billy. I guess I'm like sitting on your shoulder and riding you.
Oh, I thought you were fucking my ear. That's why there's a little white spurt coming out.
Yes. Okay. I thought it was your sweat from carrying me.
Well, that's better. I like that better.
No, I like your idea better.
No, I'm gonna go with the one where I'm carrying you.
Okay.
Blaze Ty says 5.5 isn't large. It's a good size.
It's almost half a foot. What are you talking about? For a sticker?
That's a good size.
That's relatively large.
It's a good size.
So sign up at any point between now and the end of this month for this pledge level. And then next month, I will pull up your account and see that you had the pledge. And hopefully you have your shipping address linked to your account, because you have to have that. Otherwise, I can't send it to you. But if all of that's there, I'm personally going to ship them to you. So you'll have my DNA on it. Someone said, "Oh, for a sticker." Never. Yeah, it's a sticker. It's a fairly large sticker.
Yeah, and even for a penis, okay?
All right. We have, Lizzo. This is when she was on tour and she was in the Netherlands, she did an interview at a radio station in Amsterdam during her trip, and it pertains to what people are saying about her now. Now, I want to say I don't judge anyone for going to the Banana Bar. It's good, clean fun. All right? You get unlimited drinks for €50, and you can just sit there and chill. Or you could eat a banana. And, hey, if one of your friends teases you into eating the banana, it's still all just good, clean fun. That's what I
say. Eat a banana. What do you mean by eat a banana?
You eat a banana out of the hoo-ha of a woman that is employed at that establishment.
What?
Yes. We talked about this last time. You know what this is about. So here it is. She made me laugh. Like, I don't know too much about her music, but in this interview, she made me laugh.
I had a day off yesterday, so I got some rest finally. Or kind of, it's Amsterdam, so we partied.
Well, I saw what you did yesterday because I follow you on Instagram. And I saw on the Insta stories you were on the red light district.
Yeah, we were.
You were to the Casa Rosso.
Casa Rosso. That's a live sex show. So she spent a couple nights in the red light district.
Oh my God, how do you know that?
Yeah, because I lived for 4 years on the red light district, in the middle of the red light district, so I recognize a lot of places, and I saw that you saw a live...
Billy, are you just trying to divert all the attention to yourself? Okay, cool, buddy.
Sex show. Please tell me everything about the sex show.
It was people fucking, man. It was crazy. They were just doing it, but you know what? It was beautiful.
Yeah.
I went to the one show where it was like a couple, and they were like passionately making love.
But really passionate?
It was really. They kissed. They kissed after. I'm not gonna say what she did.
It's literally just like. Yeah, there's like live sex shows there too, where it's interesting. It's just like live porn, basically.
But I'm trying to go to the show where you eat the banana out the pussy. Which one is that?
This is the banana bar.
Well, that's the banana bar?
Yeah,
and they have the banana in the coochie?
And ping pong balls.
And you have to go...
Yes. And
that's what I want to do.
Then you have to eat it.
I need my potassium, if you know what I'm saying.
So now they're claiming that these...
You talked over the part where she said poontassium.
Yes, I was making commentary.
Hold on.
I need my potassium, if you know what I'm saying. My poos-tassium.
Poos-tassium. All right. So what were you saying?
This is part of the culture. These women can't sue her for showing them culture. They're talking about it on a radio show. They're doing it in a public club. This is a service.
Yeah, I wonder like what they're did she hold a gun? People are saying, oh well, she was their boss. It's like, well, they're people could be friends with their boss too and go out partying with them.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they're acting as your boss the whole time. Only when you're at work they're acting as your boss.
I'm gonna tell you what all this is, and it's gonna be fucked up because a lot of people don't want to hear the truth, but this is the truth. Lizzo gave some women jobs in an industry that would never hire them at their size. And when they no longer could work with Lizzo at her pace for what she was doing, they realized they couldn't find jobs anywhere else because they don't look for dancers that big. And they had a taste of the limelight. They had a taste of the potassium. And now they want to fucking attack. They want to go and try and get a little bit of money back out of her pocket because they can't get it anywhere else. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I defend people who have bad history with bananas. I don't know.
Honest friend said your boss is never your friend. That's not true. Like I've been friends with people who were like my boss before. It just all depends on the nature of the work and what what your time with them is like when you're not at work. It's blanket statements like that just make you sound not too smart. I don't know. Like, of course, there are situations where certain types of employment you probably shouldn't see your boss. What do you mean who? I'm not going to tell you my whole story. Okay, I'll give you one example. I worked at a Wendy's on a college campus, and everyone that worked there was like early 20s, and then our general manager was probably like 29, 30. And we would all go out partying and drinking. Like we'd close the restaurant and all go like out drinking together and hang out. Or like someone would have like a house party and we'd all go there. Like everyone, including our boss. So it can happen. It can be perfectly normal. Oh man, let's am I still pet? No, that was like, I live on the other side of the country. That was like 20 years ago.
And you can be friends with people and not be friends with people for a long time, right? Like you can be friendly, you can be friends. You can have moments where you connect with somebody.
While I lived and worked there, they were my friend and my boss.
Like I got to be real with you. Everybody who's ever traveled through Amsterdam with a crew has probably taken their crew out to that bar.
Oh man,
maybe not everybody, but a lot. It happens
enough.
It's a very accepted cultural thing over there.
They all go to the red. Yeah. I saw like grandmas and shit like walking around the red light district in line to get into the porn theaters and stuff there. Like it's,
I know. Yeah, my friends who have toured over there, they've got red light district stories. They've all been there. It's part of the culture. It's part of the seeing the world. It's if you go there and you don't want to eat a banana out of the coochie, if you don't want to be goaded into doing it, you probably don't have to. If Lizzo was like, look,
you're
don't
fired.
Eat this banana, you're fired.
Yeah, that's
I'd be like, oh well, that sucks, but yeah, I'm gonna leave then, because I'm not gonna compromise myself for a job. Right?
Yes.
If I don't want to, but if she says that to me, I'm like, oh come on, like I really don't want to do this, but okay, I'll do it. Then I guess we have a problem there.
Let's see here.
Also, Lizzo responded. I don't know if you got Lizzo's response.
I don't. Is it a video or is it like written?
It was on Instagram, I think. Let me see if I can find it real quick. A lot of people want to hate on Lizzo because she was fat shaming, la da 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 da. There's a lot of claims made, and I would love to see all the claims that were made. I think that would be interesting.
I don't know
to
if
read
you can
into them
sue over that though. Like, yeah, it's mean, but can you sue someone for saying that? I mean, like, I'm pretty sure there are certain jobs that require you to have like a certain amount of physical fitness to even have the job, like have you ever seen like
Lizzo
an obese firefighter before?
Yeah, I mean these girls were dancing and they were doing it well. Like they were big girls, they were hired because they were big girls.
Yeah,
They were great. They were great on stage in the moment. Who knows how they were the rest of the time? Who knows why they're not still dancing with her? I don't know if Lizzo decided to go to a different direction or what. But Lizzo said, these last few days have been gut-wrenchingly difficult and overwhelmingly disappointing. My work ethic, morals, and respectfulness have been questioned. My character has been criticized. Usually I choose not to respond to false allegations, but these are as unbelievable as they sound and too outrageous to not be addressed. These sensationalized stories are coming from former employees who have already publicly admitted that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional.
The Real American, I'm sorry for interrupting. The Real American, it's all a character attack. They went to what is essentially a strip club in Amsterdam, and unless she threatened to fire them or she like held a gun to their head or something, if they were just getting teased a little bit and like told to do it,
to partake in the culture. It's
right.
It's a sex stuff, but it's because it's a sex club and a sex culture. It's where it's legalized. It's a part. It's like if you were to go to like a church somewhere. It's as much of a religious experience as it is a cultural experience.
Yes.
How a Catholic, if you were to go to the Vatican,
yes,
and go to the church, it's that type of thing in Amsterdam. It's obviously different, but it's part of the culture.
And when you go and you know what's going on there, obviously they knew when they walked in what goes on there. You know?
It's a public thing. It's talked about publicly. The fact that she was talking about it with these co-hosts on the radio shows that it's not some sort of illicit, sexualized thing.
And the one
it's
guy,
like an experience.
This guy with the long blonde hair, he even said, "I used to live in the red light district for like 4 years. I lived in the right." It's the place all the tourists go. And there's not just sex stuff. Like there's the sex theaters and the banana bar and like different sex toy shops and stuff. But then there's just like normal bars and coffee shops and souvenir shops and all of that too. So, but obviously you know where you are. There's literally women in windows selling themselves on.
World-renowned GeoHound says, weren't some of the claims putting some of the girls in awkward sexual situations? Dude, you can't do that. The awkward sexual situations, from what I've been told, is they were at a bar where the women served bananas out of their vagina, and they were like, I don't know, they participated at behest of Lizzo saying, yeah, eat the banana. Like, we have to know how much depth is there. Like, we have to know if Lizzo was like, look, if you don't put this fucking banana out of her pussy in your mouth right now, your whole livelihood will shut down.
Yeah, that's
if that's
wrong.
what happened, then that's kind of fucked.
Yeah, I would say that's illegal. But
That's illegal.
But like, it's like going to a strip club and your buddies like heckle you to get a lap dance or whatever. Like you don't want to, and you kind of get teased into it. That's not assault. You know, like it's ridiculous. You can say no. It's perfectly within your ability. Oh shit.
Right here, Lizzo says, as an artist, I've always been very passionate about what I do. I take my music and my performances seriously because at the end of the day, I only want to put out the best art that represents me and my fans. With passion comes hard work and high standards. Sometimes I have to make hard decisions, but it's never my intention to make anyone feel uncomfortable or like they aren't valued as an important part of the team. I'm not here to be looked at as a victim, but also know that I'm not the villain that people and the media have portrayed me to be these last few days. I'm very open with my sexuality and expressing myself, but I cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something I'm not. There's nothing I take more seriously than the respect we deserve as women in the world. I know what it feels like to be body shamed on a daily basis and would absolutely never criticize or terminate an employee because of their weight. I'm hurt, but I will not let the good work I've done in the world be overshadowed by this. I want to thank everyone who has reached on in support to lift me up during this difficult time. That's what she says.
I'm going to respond to Goldie Fawn. I feel like we're slowly shifting back into like puritanical times where like anything remotely sexual is treated like this awful, horrible, predatory thing. I just see it every day, especially on the internet. And apparently she was their boss, but she was also their buddy. They were going out on the town partying. If they were like, no, you're my boss, I don't want to be your buddy, you're not my buddy, you're my boss, they could have went back to the hotel that night and not gone out on the town with her. They were buddies too. obviously. And this
if it was
power
like
dynamic
mandatory
shit is
business
ridiculous.
meeting at the banana bar. Mandatory business meeting at the banana bar. Mandatory. If you're not there, if you don't put a banana up your own ass and I eat it out of your ass, you're fired. Stuff like that. Yeah, that's fucked. We don't know the depth of it either, right? But we have to put a little perspective into this. You have to put a little perspective. When my billionaire boss was being Me Too'd, sued by everybody, a lot of the stuff these women were accusing him of was stuff that he did to Joe and I all the time. And it wasn't supposed to be sexual. It was supposed to be funny. He would walk into a room with his pants around his ankles and his dick tucked back. He'd do a mangina.
God, Honest
and
Red
this was
is
something.
Honest Red is
something he was sued for.
I'm
and
sorry.
I'm thinking, am I owed money?
Honest Red is like the like caricature of a leftist that people on the right use to make them look ridiculous. Like an over the top to the extreme caricature of what someone who's a leftist is. Honest Red is the unironic version of that.
But at least he's honest.
Like there, no matter where you work, there's going to be a hierarchy and there's going to be people supervising over other people. That doesn't make them a class traitor. It's ridiculous.
Zap Rosedower says you teased TJ for not wanting to go to the Banana Bar back in the day.
Everybody did. Literally everybody there teased him, but
So
he didn't go.
He didn't go. Responsible for bullying.
He
poor
didn't even
TJ.
go though. We didn't like drag him there. We were
He
like,
was like, what the fuck? I got bananas at home.
oh, your manager can very well be your employer. You're just you've been drinking the Kool-Aid too long. I think you were buddies with Andy Worski and all the far right guys, and now you're like overcorrecting. You become like the caricature of what people used to straw man people on the left with.
But when he was buddies with them, he was the other kind of red. He was conservative red. Now he's honest red. And Zap Rosedower says, I also said that doesn't mean TJ was bullied by Ben. You forgot to read that part, Billy. I did not forget to read that part. I use selective editing.
Anyway, we're going to move on.
Yeah, according to this, Lizzo says she did nothing wrong.
Of course.
This woman said she did something wrong. Ben and I are just saying if the sexual stuff was going to this banana bar and watching women pull bananas out of their pussy and being like goaded.
You literally know. When you walk in there, you know what's going on in there. You know what it is.
It's like, do you say your boss, you sue your boss because he like told you, take a shot. Come on, have a shot. Have a shot of whiskey. Have some whiskey. This is the same thing as having a shot, except it's a banana out of a vagina. The same concept. Goldie Fawn says it doesn't mean you want to participate. Yes, and if you go to the bar and you realize it's not your scene,
you can leave.
You should make a scene. You should say, I'm going to leave. And you should put your job on the line.
Or when you're on the way there, you're like, hey, I know where we're going. I want no part of the banana thing. I'll go and hang out and have a drink, but I don't want the banana thing.
Yeah, like as much as Ben bullied and forced TJ still said no. And that's something we can't forget, right?
TJ didn't even go. Like we were in another location, and everyone's like, because we thought it was funny and ironic because of the whole banana thing. So then we were all like, hey, let's go to the banana bar. He's like, I don't want to go. So he didn't go. It was that simple. And then everyone laughed at him, but it wasn't a long drawn out issue. But then when we got back, we made it content and we like teased him about not going after the fact when we were all back. That's how that all worked.
If the banana thing was done in a way that really, really pressured these women into doing it at a loss of their livelihood, then we have something to talk about.
Yes.
But we have to also bring up the fact here that this is just a part of the culture. It's something people do. It's like breaking a piñata or watching a Tijuana donkey show. It's just a thing.
But because it's sexual in nature, people they pearl clutch over it and automatically just assume the worst.
If you don't go, you're not gonna network.
We are literally like shifting back into like a puritanical society.
I'm more mad that people are looking over this fat shaming thing. Like, sure, sexual banana eating and stuff, that's bad. But making fun of a fat, that really is the problem.
I mean, like, would she had shamed them because she wanted fat dancers, right? I would think she would shame them if they started losing weight. Because they got their job because they were fat, right?
I don't know what all of the accusations were. I've heard that she had like names she would call the girls that were like fat related, and maybe she was doing it in a loving way.
Like a pet name?
Yeah, maybe it was. I've heard pet name be brought up. And so maybe it was misconstrued, or maybe this is them looking back, seeing that they no longer work for her, and they're just pissed, and they want to turn
this
everything
happens
into
all the time now. This happens all the time where there's sour grapes because someone doesn't work for someone anymore, but they want a little more
Here's
money.
some money for the
Thank
sweet
you.
boys.
They
love you, Ben and Billy.
They want a little more attention. They put it out there on the internet, so the mob picks it up, and because there's a component that's sexual in nature, everyone flips their shit about it and assumes it's like sexual assault or coercion.
M85 says power dynamic or nah. Is this now the new power dynamic where all you have to do is make an accusation?
Yes.
And you have an entire wave of people to destroy someone's career?
Yes.
So at what point do we have a new power dynamic, right? Like, where do we draw that line? And this is the thing. Lizzo's not making these girls eat the banana because she wants to watch these girls do sexual things, right? Maybe she does. But I'm assuming she just wants them to go out and have fun and party in Amsterdam at this crazy sex bar that everybody talks about and that thousands, if not millions of people go to.
There comes a point where personal agency comes into play. Like we can't. Like, there's always going to be some sort of imbalance. Like, even in a marriage where, like, one person makes, like, all the money and the other person hardly makes any or something like that. It's always going to be that way. There's always someone that has a leg up on someone else in like, a partnership of some sort. There has to be personal agency. We don't talk about the
power imbalance between you and I. But luckily, we both have personal agency.
We do.
And that's why people don't look down on me for being extremely powerful. Because you have personal agency.
Hey, you know what? I would be glad to take everyone on an Amsterdam tour, and the banana eating is completely optional. But the herring, you must eat the herring.
Hank Chill says Lizzo is basically a female Ben. That pisses me off. I want to be the Lizzo.
Nope, that's me. That's me. I can play a flute. Actually, I can't. Is this... I have this video. Is this it? Okay. This video is hilarious. This video is hilarious because... I don't know what these guys are filming, but they piss somebody off because they're filming and he gets out of his car trying to be a tough guy. And watch what happens here.
Give me your phone, bro. Give me your phone. Why you recording me, bro? You said what? Wait, EC 190, nigga. Give me your phone, nigga.
Content spray. Watch this.
He ran into the RV?
Oh, he runs into a whole bunch of shit. It's crazy. And they're all just standing there like, all right.
They should steal his car.
Yeah, his car's just sitting there. He comes back around, and he's clearly blind as fuck. Oh, he's screaming too. It hurts.
This is a great use of content spray, by the way.
Yeah, look at him come back around.
This guy gets points.
Look at him. I'll be right back.
Hello, police. I was just raped. Oh my God, he's gonna get hit by a car, isn't he? Oh my God, shut up. Is he crying?
Oh yeah. Look at him. Look how he's walking. Look.
Oh God. Why would you run if you can't see?
Just sit down, man. Sit down. I'll call the ambulance for you. Sit down, man. I'll call the ambulance.
Dude, he didn't just get sprayed. He got neutered.
Yo, come over here. Follow my voice. Follow my.
Now they're trying to help him.
Voice, man. Follow my voice. You're good. Slow down. Slow down. Stop. The curb is one step away from you, man. Just sit down. Right there. There you go. Let me borrow your phone. I'll call the cops for you, man. Let me borrow your phone. I'll call the cops for you. You want me to call the cops for you or not? Can you just call them for me? Bro, I don't have a phone. I need to borrow your phone. Just unlock it. I'll call for you, man. Don't trip. Dude, you need help.
He's like, no.
You need help, man. Don't you want help? Hey, call the ambulance for this guy, man.
Is he gonna try and get in the wrong car?
No,
he's
totally blind. He just like ran into that car.
Man, just sit down. Just sit down, bro. Oh, there's your car. Hold on. Bro, just sit down. All right.
This is so good.
He was trying to be a tough guy.
Sit down. We'll help you. We'll sit down, man. Just sit down. Sit down right here. Hey, get him some water.
Does anybody have water?
Get him some water.
Is that Mexican Andy's grandpa?
Pepper spray, man. It's just pepper spray. Chill out, man. Chill out. Get him some water. Come on. Hurry up. Help him out.
Oh my
Dude,
God.
help the guy out. Bring him some water. You got water in your car or not? Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Look how he walks.
Oh, wait.
He just randomly like walked over there. So yeah, I saw that earlier on Twitter and I thought it was hilarious.
That was fantastic.
It was.
Very, very rarely do I see a pepper spray that I like.
Yeah, it
Usually
hit
it's
him
cowardly.
It must have hit him like well, he did attack him, so I think it was
that guy ran up on him. He smacked his stuff. He got sprayed. He deserved it. That was a perfect spray.
And then they still like tried to help him too.
Yeah.
So
because they're not dickheads about it. Our guy was a dickhead. Baked Alaska. Everything he ever did was dickhead material.
Yes. I will be right back. I'm gonna run to the toilet. Here you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of appropriate ages, Drunken Peasants and Billy the Fridge proudly bring to you the #1 segment all been waiting for. Alone time with Billy the Fridge. Now that we're alone, do what you must, ask what you may. The entire world is yours, and I'm here to give it to you. You just gotta ask for it by name. Dylan DePickle says, I have a question. Why? Well, Dylan, I'll tell you why. Your fucking pea brain is too small to ask better questions than why. That's why. You live a life accordingly to it. You pussy bitch. I saw you talking trash to me 2 weeks ago, you fucking asshole. I haven't forgot. I'm going to fuck you up, you dumb bitch. New question. Anybody else got a question? Anybody else got a question? Johnny has 5 apples, who gives Susie 2 apples and Peter 1 apple. How many apples does Peter have? 1 apple, pussy. I have a next level intellect. Don't ask me again. Billy, can you give me tips on how to impress the men folk? Well, Nistia, I'll give you a good tip. Don't try to impress men folk. Impressing them inevitably Well, first you have to make sure you're impressing the right one. That's the big problem. A lot of women spend a lot of time impressing fucking losers. You'll spend years impressing losers and you'll get loser fucking wins out of it. Fact is, if you impress the right man folk, he's going to give you every reason to make you feel like your impressions were correct. That's what you need to do. If you're impressing a man and you're not getting the proper response, next, move on. One of the best things you can do is work on yourself. Find hobbies and interests that make you more interesting, make you a better, more interesting human being. And as you impress these men, they'll look at you impressively. Not because you're trying to impress them, but because you're impressive yourself.
Here's did you see this today? Vince McMahon got raided.
Hit with federal grand jury subpoena and search warrant.
Yep. Yeah, so he might be in deep shit. So him and Trump got a lot in common.
Now, you want to start the article, or do you want to read the key points?
Here you go.
Federal law enforcement agents executed a search warrant on World Wrestling Entertainment boss Vince McMahon last month and served him with a federal grand jury subpoena, the company disclosed Wednesday. The actions represent an escalation of an ongoing investigation into allegations that McMahon paid millions of dollars over the years to women after being accused of sexual misconduct. WWE also revealed Wednesday that McMahon went on medical leave after undergoing major spinal surgery. McMahon's leave began July 21st, and he will remain on a medical leave until further notice, but will remain executive chairman of WWE, the company said in its quarterly report to the Securities and Exchange Commission. Reached for comment Wednesday, the company said it believes the subpoena and search warrant are a continuation of the investigation that commenced last summer. WWE has cooperated throughout and fully understands and respects the government's need for a complete process. McMahon, in a separate statement, told CNBC, "I've always denied any intentional wrongdoing and continue to do so. I'm confident that the government's investigation will be resolved without any findings of wrongdoing." In April, WWE agreed to merge with rival UFC to form a new publicly traded Endeavor company controlled by Endeavor Group. WWE and Endeavor both expect the deal to close in the second half of this year, WWE said Wednesday. The search warrant and subpoena on July 17th came a year after the news first broke that federal prosecutors and the SEC were investigating WWE and McMahon over his payments to women. There's him and Trump together.
That's funny.
WWE noted in the SEC filing Wednesday that it has received voluntary and compulsory legal demands for documents, including from federal law enforcement and regulatory agencies, concerning the investigation and related subject matters. McMahon's wife, Linda, who previously was CEO of WWE, served in former President Donald Trump's cabinet as an administrator of the U.S. Small Business Administration. McMahon's federal search warrant and grand jury subpoena were disclosed just a day after Trump. A longtime friend of McMahon's was himself indicted by a federal grand jury in Washington, D.C. on serious felony charges related to his efforts to reverse his loss in the 2020 presidential election. You think McMahon's going to claim witch hunt at any point?
That would be funny.
It seems like they're just wrapping up the investigation thoroughly, and it's what they've been going in from the beginning, but who knows? WWE on Wednesday said that during the 3 and 6 months ended June 30th, the company incurred $5.3 million and $7.1 million, respectively, of expenses related to costs incurred in connection with a separate investigation by a special committee created by the company's board. McMahon has agreed to reimburse WWE for all reasonable costs incurred in connection with the special committee's work, the company said. To date, Mr. McMahon has paid approximately $17.4 million to reimburse the company for costs that have been incurred and paid by the company, the filing said. It's not clear how much more McMahon will have to reimburse WWE beyond that amount. As previously disclosed, a special committee investigation was completed during the fourth quarter of 2022. However, related government investigations remain ongoing, the company said. The government will further investigate this. Just throwing in a little Epstein with McMahon and Trump, no big deal.
Yeah.
The company will the government will investigate what the company's already investigated. I don't know if they'll find any criminal charges here, but McMahon seems to be willing to pay for any mistakes he made.
Intentional mistakes.
Intentional or unintentional, he seems to be like he's paying for the investigation against himself by an independent party. I hope that doesn't affect the independent party. He obviously can't pay the FBI.
He did that back in the day when the whole like scandal, like the Pat Patterson Cream Team scandal happened. He hired like an independent investigator to investigate it.
And I heard that he hired an independent investigator in 1998 when The Undertaker threw Mankind off the Hell in the Cell.
Yeah, well, what about when Stone Cold was hit by the car in the parking garage?
I don't know if he hired the investigator for that one.
Because it was Rikishi.
Was Rikishi. I thought it was that guy. Why was he wearing a suit?
Kane?
Kane, yeah. Why was he wearing a suit? He wasn't an investigator hired by McMahon.
I think they didn't know who they were going to make the person that ran over Stone Cold at first, and then they just decided Rikishi eventually.
Yeah, he might have got the push because it was Rock's cousin.
Everybody, please like the stream if you haven't already. Let's throw some likes down. We've got 39% of the goal. If anyone wants to throw in on the tip train, you can do that. You can do that.
You're always welcome to tickle the pickle.
Yeah. Yep. And then we'll be back on Saturday. We did a pre-show that's pretty interesting. You should download the audio version of the show. It's free. It has a little bit of extra content before most of the episodes. So you should just listen to that shit. Just binge it. Go to any audio platform, download the audio version of the show. iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, anything like that. Check it out. It helps out the show a lot. YouTube screws us, and doing this, we don't have to worry about, being advertiser friendly per se. So check that out. It helps us out a lot. Do it now. Do it now. Before we, let's see, what else do I have that's... This is weird. I don't know if this is a troll or not. This could have been a troll or not a troll. Tell me what you think.
Okay, guys, I'm in my room right now because technically my mom is home and technically I'm not allowed to hang out in the bathroom when my mom is home, so I'm in my bedroom right now. And I'm pretty friggin' mad, I'm gonna be honest with you, because I have been banned from live streaming on TikTok. And they said that I violated stuff, and I didn't do anything. And I can't help but think that somebody from Oklahoma that we all know might be...
Egghead?
...behind this.
Sounds like
and
Egghead.
If that's the case, I'm gonna freak out once and for all. TikTok just made an enemy out of someone they don't want to make an enemy out of, and that is me, because I'm just trying to find my girlfriend who wants to love me, and I can't do that without my TikTok live stream, and they banned me from it. And I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm not the kind of guy that you want to make an enemy out of, TikTok. So you better bring my live stream back, or we're going to have a big friggin' problem soon there, buddies. And you're not going to want that from me. So you better friggin' watch yourself, because the dragon... See you soon, TikTok.
What do you think? Troll?
It's a troll.
Yeah.
He's just picked up the basic characteristics of
an incel.
A Spurger.
I saw someone sent me this thing where it's Chris Chan. Where is it? It's Chris Chan being racist at an Indian restaurant.
It smells good in here.
I'll ask. Yeah, it's pretty empty.
Oh boy, okay. Now I just feel like I have to do this first time in here. I feel like I gotta do this. Hello, my name is Apu. I went to
no. They're like, no.
No. You don't have to do that. That's right.
Welcome to Quickie Mart.
Hello. Hey.
I just thought that was funny. Welcome to Quickie Mart.
Not a troll.
Not a troll, no. That's funny that they took Chris Chan to an Indian restaurant. What were they thinking?
So I just feel like I have to do this. No, you don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
That last guy was Sergis's young Ian Shadow. More charismatic, just as pathetic.
He's got to do some shadow work.
Okay, we have to go. It's been a little bit. Let's go here. Let's go here.
What's going on, y'all? MTV, bitches.
He actually has a shirt that's like intact.
I want my new t-shirt that I'll wear for 3-4 weeks and destroy completely by the end of the month.
Yeah, he hasn't cut the sleeves or the collar off of it yet.
Yeah, you can tell it's new, and you can also tell that he started last new shirt I can remember him having, which could not have been the last new shirt, but I remember him having a new shirt, and it was white, and he couldn't continue wearing it for a month because he had stained it literally day 2.
Yep.
Check this shit out, y'all. Music television. Because guess what? I'm a star, man. Incel is the new punk rock. What is...
I do kind of want to do a who is worse, except for it's like who's smarter or less. We'll figure out the name. Him versus Sturgis, and I don't know.
Sounds horrible to me.
Does incel stand for, kids?
Sounds like
Internet
misery.
Celebrity. That's right, bitches. My haters wish they were famous like me, but they're not. They're bottom-feeding bitches. And I'm the rad dad. So, guys, today I just wanted to pay respects to a very, very, very special person. This is someone that I grew up with in the early 90s. Fucking Pee Wee Herman, man. You guys remember Pee Wee? What's that thing you did? Fucking Pee Wee, bro. About Paul Rubens, that was his real name. And he had some controversy, man. This guy had some controversy. But, you know... Look, man, I'm just gonna say it like this, okay? We don't really know these people in real life, and you know, I don't think he was a bad guy. I don't really know exactly what happened, but honestly, dude, if you want my opinion about that, I just have to say, dude, I think he was probably just trolling. I think he was probably just mad that people were like bothering him, you know. He was just trying to watch his little adult film or whatever. He decided to show his wing wang. And you know what? That is top tier trolling. That is top tier trolling, my friend. I'll probably do that once I decide to quit, which I never will, but if I did, I would definitely go out with a bang. If you know what I'm saying, bro. Plymouth cock. That's me, bro. Fucking Plymouth cock.
Plymouth cock.
Jared A. Cock.
Yeah.
So,
the food crumbs didn't land on Plymouth cock. Plymouth cock landed on the food crumbs.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I mean, this guy, bro, like... to be honest with you, it seemed like he may have had some hit or miss stuff. Like, I don't really know what he did outside of the fucking Pee Wee stuff. It's kind of weird. It's like
he was in a Cheech and Chong movie as a waiter. I think it was Up in Smoke.
Didn't he play Pee Wee in their movies too, like a Pee Wee character?
God,
in some.
I forgot how much I loathed this mug, constantly laughing at his own shitty jokes during an unscripted rambling bout of drippy verbal diarrhea Jared brings to the table.
He made cameo appearances as Pee-wee in various movies too. There was in the 80s they tried to do a revival of like Annette Funicello and Frankie Avalon, like the like surfer beach movies. They made a movie called Back to the Beach, and Pee-wee's in that. Paul Rubens is in it as Pee-wee. He did a lot of it was weird because he made his public persona the character instead of him, and it's a rare thing that only certain people do. Like Andrew Dice Clay did that, and Larry the Cable Guy did that. It's mostly comedians, and he was an improv guy originally. He came out of the same improv that Phil Hartman came out of. That's why Phil Hartman was a part of Pee-wee's Playhouse. And Lawrence Fishburne, I believe, was part of it too.
Yeah, he was Cowboy Larry or whatever.
Cowboy Curtis.
Cowboy Curtis, yeah.
And when I watched a bunch of interviews of him being Pee-wee, like he was on David Letterman as Pee-wee, he's so good at doing that character like on the fly. It's pretty amazing. He was on The Dating Game in the 70s as Pee-wee Herman. I watched someone uploaded that the other day and it like blew up.
Yeah.
He was on The Dating Game in like the mid 70s as Pee-wee, and it's hilarious.
Pee-wee played non-Pee-wee characters in movies like Blow. He was non-Pee-wee
Mystery
in
Men.
Buffy. But he was a Mystery Man. He was a non-Pee-wee
He was
character.
the spleen.
He was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie that Luke Perry was in before the TV show. He was in, I believe, Batman Returns as the Penguin's dad.
Yes, he
and
was.
then in the TV series Gotham, he played the Penguin's dad in that as well.
That's hilarious.
That was his whole persona to me, anyways. But
he voiced the
Flight of the
ship in
Navigator.
Flight of the Navigator, right?
Yes, he did.
You know, it is what it is, homie. I still respect his hustle. I respect the grind. Pardon me. And yeah, bro, like, honestly, dude, I mean, he was just a fucking legend as Pee-wee.
Jared is the type of person that would respect somebody's hustle and grind when all he knows about them is they were the star of a kid's show and they got caught jerking in a fucking theater. I don't really know anything else about him, but I respect the hustle. I respect the grind.
I mean, like, people go to porn theaters to jerk off and like hook up with random strangers. That's what porn theaters are.
It was a witch hunt.
Yeah.
Really need to do anything else. And I bet that probably did bother him, though, that like everyone just knew him as Pee-wee. You know what I mean? But
he did that on purpose. He made public appearances as Pee-wee, like outside of movies and TV shows. He was literally the character. The character was his public persona.
He probably should have just embraced it more.
What do you mean? He couldn't have embraced it anymore.
And I think he did during the end, though. That's why he made that terrible Pee-wee movie on Netflix, which I forgive, but it just didn't seem as genuine. I don't know.
Majorly Awesome says, do pornography theaters still exist?
I'm sure they
most
do.
Most of them all can no longer afford the rising rent for the amount of access to pornography people have outside of theaters now. They've most all closed down. There's going to be some that are hidden behind porn shops, if porn shops even still exist in places, and those are probably just exist as fronts for money funneling.
That I felt kind of fake. But, I guess it wasn't as bad as that Big Top Pee-wee. that movie really sucked. Sorry, Paul, but, it happens, dude. Shit happens. You're not going to have every, fucking great movie as a, fucking, what am I trying to say? You're not going to leave this earth with a... God damn it. Guys, I am tired today. Should have finished my coffee here.
Big Top Pee-wee. All the Pee-wee movies were fine. Fuck, get out of here.
I never saw the new one, the one that came out in 2016. I've never seen
it.
That.
It was cute. I liked it. It was a nice little nostalgia piece. Hope he made a lot of money off of it.
I don't know if it's still open, but in my hometown, it says it's closed on this website, but it was called the Westwood Theater All the seats are like big, like rubbery looking couches. I don't even know what that weird machine is in the middle there.
Probably a fucking sperm aerator.
Maybe.
This is actually gross. There's a screen up there, and these seats are literally positioned in a circle for the circle jerk.
Yep.
This is fucking gross,
Yep.
dude. That shit's nasty.
Yep.
People would just sit around while people had live sex in the middle of it.
Yep.
I don't know if that's true. I've never been there,
no.
but I know that's exactly
was
how it
like-
works at all the places.
There's like more photos on here, and it shows that they had like it was called the Theater for the Arts, and they had like a membership card and shit. There's like all this. Yeah, it was a legit
guarantee you it's
old
not a-
theater. It was just like a regular theater when it was first built, like in the 20s or whatever. But
Yeah. Agent 06 says whacking detector. I guarantee you they don't need to detect the whacking. They know it's there. If anything, it's like a machine that blanks your mind from all the gross shit you had to watch while being in there.
Not gonna leave this world with all bangers, all solid 10 bangers. You know, you're gonna leave this world with a few shit movies behind, and that's okay, bro. Because bad movies can still be good. I mean, look at Street Fighter the movie. That was fucking great.
What?
Look at Mario Brothers the movie. That was fucking great too, man. God, that was such a weird acid trip. Anyway.
who do you think is dumber, Jared or Sturgis?
I have zero care.
I didn't
Sturgis
ask
is
if you
probably
cared.
dumber. Yeah, Sturgis is probably dumber, but
Okay.
Jared is worse. So it's like,
Yeah, I want to go with intelligence level because yes, I do think I don't know enough about Sturgis to like even imagine he's worse than Jared, but like intelligence level, I don't know. That's the tough one for me.
it's like the most uninteresting thing for me to compare, though. These guys are so fucking like low level human beings. It's just like the idea of comparing them grosses me out.
That makes it even better. I like that even better.
That's you would. This is there's low hanging fruits.
Yeah, I like that. We're not doing we're not doing the review tonight, so we'll go for a little bit longer. Here, if anyone wants to help out with the tip train, we're almost halfway there. Here is
Come on.
Here's a little Cobra. We haven't watched Cobra in a little bit.
Ooh, Bagathon. Is he reviewing our stream?
No, my account.
Oh, he got a negative account balance again.
DoorDash
Fuck.
Food hacks for all my YouTube fans. It is what it is.
Selfless man.
Yeah, I'm negative
Sacrificing that bank account.
$259. I'm not gonna be able
How
to
does
do any
that
more food
happen?
hacks until I get my account out of the negative.
Fuck.
If I get another $100, like $148.
Yeah, like I wonder what he spends his money on that gets it in the negative. Like
dollars.
I wonder if he has like auto pay for like his utilities or something. I don't know.
He must.
I'll do a drinking stream. I see it as a business expense and it entertains the fans with my fresh ideas.
People are saying DoorDash. I think most of his meals are consumed by DoorDash.
Yeah, but maybe he, like, you can't DoorDash that much when you're already in the negative, right?
What up, YouTube? Just chilling out with the fans. Yeah. People need to
He
quit
needs
calling
a separate account to put money in to just cover his basic expenses every month.
Well, what he probably
Dad should set that up.
What he probably does is he makes one transaction and it's pending, and because it's pending, the money is still in his account. And then before that first pending transaction posts, he does another transaction. Is more than likely what he's doing.
and Angie on their house phone. That shit's getting old. Walt is a disabled Vietnam veteran with Agent Orange. Angie is a peace-loving hippie. They're both seniors and Walt's disabled. Walt and Angie are not my personal secretaries. Okay? Just because you can't make friends in real life doesn't mean you gotta harass mine. And my trolls could make friends in real life, but their obsession with hating me controls them.
It's true.
You might have scared Ellen off, but you're not going to stop me from being friends with Walt and Angie. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, you may have taken one, but he's still got two more equally cool friends as Ellen, Walt and Angie.
Fucking leave them alone. Christ. I found a gift debit card on the ground walking home. It had like $50 on it.
Wow.
That you could spend one time on anything. Thought that was kind of cool. What the universe paying me back for good karma, I guess.
Hell yeah, Cobes.
Tomorrow for my Patreon, I'm going to eat a piece of Carolina Reaper jerky.
Ooh.
So like, well, my trolls could get laid, but most chicks would rather fuck me because... And that's the thing of it. I don't go out of my fucking way to harass my trolls.
Do you think Cobra's trolls have more sex than he does?
I mean, there's way more of them than him. Yes, because he has none, and at least a few of them have sex.
We know he's had multiple sexes. And the last time was 6 years ago. But we don't know if any of his trolls have any sex.
I would assume, like, if any of them have any at all, it's more than him.
Hawkeye says he does sex. Do you do more than 2 sex in the last 10 years, Hawkeye? Have you done at least 3 sex in the last 10 years? Fuck yeah. So yeah, the trolls definitely have had
What a
more
silly
sex than both.
question. You should have known this already.
I got better things
Silly question.
to do with my fucking life. Like the food hack I'm going to make. But yeah, if you want a shout out on the live stream, donate to Cash App or PayPal, I'll give you a shout out. I got to make some wands. My account is negative $320.
What? Oh, now it's 300?
It is what it is.
It was 200 earlier, right?
Yeah.
You just get another charge come in?
I don't know.
No, it's fucked.
He said 300 this time, right? I thought that's what he said.
Because the assholes who accuse me of harassing Ellen.
Negative 320, not bad. Maybe you should treat yourself to another $50 DoorDash.
Honestly, at that point, if you're under 320, what's 370?
I used to order food all the time, and it got like way more expensive because the price of food and the delivery got more expensive. So now I just like, I can't even bring myself to do it because it's just ridiculous how much
Somebody
it costs.
who works at a bank, someone who watches Cobes and trolls Cobes and works at a bank should give him an unlimited line of credit. And obviously,
Why?
you're going to lose your job eventually, but you should do it. It'd be so fun.
Well, why don't you get a job at a bank then, and you can do it.
I'm busy. I'm busy doing the Drunken Peasants podcast.
No, please go get a job at a bank.
Ben. Okay,
It was your
everybody
idea.
watching right now.
It was your
everybody
idea.
watching right now. One in the
Well, the
chat
ones
if I
that
should quit the show and go
actually
get a job at a
harassing her.
bank.
It is what it is. I've left her alone. I don't try anything with her. I pretty much ignore her when she comes over to see Walt and Angie, you know? And I don't go over to Walt and Angie's unless I'm invited. 'Cause it's rude to just show up uninvited, personally. You know, Ellen's a sweet girl, and she don't deserve to be harassed like that. It's fucking disgusting what people have done to her just because, oh, Cobra's talking to chicks. We can't stand it.
Yeah, it's $15 extra, and then you're expected to tip too on top of that. So it's like you're paying for like a whole other meal on top of the meal that you're getting.
So you're telling me he saves a ton of money by not tipping? He's frugal.
And it's like, dude, you people are miserable. You can't find an Ellen night of your own, so you gotta fucking start shit. It's what it is. Your obsession with hating Cobra and trying as hard as you can to ruin his life controls your life. It's the truth. They're like, Cobra, you better not go live, boy. It's like, I'll go live if I fucking want to, bitch. You fucking trolls need to learn something.
And they want you to go live because they like making content out of you. So the "you better not go live, boy" is just a meme at this point. They actually do want you to go live. It's almost like reverse psychology.
What?
Yeah.
What?
No one's forcing you to watch my fucking videos.
I don't know if that's true.
People are going to be like, why the fuck are these assholes obsessed with hating Cobra so much? And that's what draws people in. They're literally making me more famous by hating on me. It's what it is. You grease my PayPal or Cash App with some moolah, and I might turn off slow mode in my next live stream.
Excellent. Grease that
Just make
that
it easier
PayPal,
for me to keep up with the comments because
I like how he says he might, which he leaves it open to him not doing it. So he's like, "Give me money, and I might turn it." His incentive is like removing a limitation, and he might do it.
We get so many people who come in and watch, you know. But you don't have to donate. It's appreciated if you do.
Do you still talk to
I'm gonna talk to Gawky in a minute. Hope she's doing all right. Got no beef with her. Don't call the people who donate money to me pay pigs. That's rude. I get so sick and tired of people being like, "Oh, you're just an e-beggar." They
better not e-beg today, boy.
Call my fans
to be honest, like people who donate to King Cobra are creating an ability for him to keep creating the content for all the haters and trolls. Like they're the real heroes.
And they call me an e-beggar, and I'm like, I don't beg for shit. If I'm saying you don't have to, if you don't want to, it's greatly appreciated. That's not begging. People are stupid and jealous, otherwise you wouldn't say crap like that. I don't got money for a drink combo. The time
Random
people spend
video
dedicated
says
to
there's
harassing
Hatch
me is time
soda, Hatch pepper flavored Jones soda. You like Hatch peppers, right, Ben?
I like them, but not so much in like something that's supposed to be sweet, like soda. Like I
wonder how that would taste.
I had a beer that was green chili flavored before that. I mean, it was okay, but I don't really like beer to be spicy, so it was weird. But to each their own. Some people like that.
It could be
spicy.
Doing their own thing.
Spicy.
If my trolls put any efforts into doing anything else,
Honest
like they
Red
do
says
with
making it
harassing
optional
me,
is begging. If it wasn't optional, it would be demanding. I agree. We demand that you pay us money to Streamlabs right now. 40.91%. What? Let's start 50% into Saturday.
they can become a rocket
That's a
scientist.
demand.
Dude. It's ridiculous.
Begging
Talk all the
around
shit
the
you want,
bush.
but none of you fuckers could handle the hatred I receive on a daily basis.
I think
That is a
that's
fact.
probably true. I think a lot of people couldn't handle being in Cobra's position. Not none, obviously. There's a lot of people that could. I think there's a lot of people that could not handle what their dose out to him.
People in Cobra's position would react to it differently and then no longer be in Cobra's position.
Yeah, they couldn't do it.
Well, no, they could do it, but they'd figure out how to make it better. That's the
I don't
difference.
know.
Cobra
I don't know
like
if
feeds
there's-
into it and causes more of it. Yes, I know. I know.
You don't know that.
Yes, I
You
do.
assume.
No, I know.
You know what happens when you
I don't gotta
assume
get
that.
wasted to enjoy a
No, I know because I see it. And I know that no
Make an
matter
ass
what he
out of
does,
you and me.
you'll defend it no matter what. So you're not. I'm more of a credible source of information on this than you
Just
are.
because I defend him doesn't make you more
It's
credible.
unconditional. It's unconditional.
Stream.
That's not
with
true.
The fans.
Okay.
It's nice to not drink all the time. It's cheaper and yeah. Hey, look at that. $6.92. Where'd that come from? That's so dumb. You better
Seth
not
Looks
read.
says King Cobra's Social Blade says he's making 1.5K a month off of his YouTube.
He's not monetized though. He got demonetized because they false flagged him into. Well, either they false flagged him or he said he does let things slip that could get you demonetized. But yeah, his whole channel is not monetized, so he's not making money. He would be making decent money. Someone should help him figure out a way to help him get remonetized. Because he gets way better views now than he did back when he was monetized. So he probably could make a grand or two a month.
This donation out loud, boy, or I'll tell your dad you're live without permission. Guess what? My dad doesn't give a shit if I go live. I'm gonna donate 69 cents to talk shit. See, this is why I don't have to.
How many views do one of his videos usually get now?
It depends on what happens during the video. Like if he's like blackout drunk live streaming, he'll get, you know, 1,000, 1,200 live viewers and the video will blow up. If it's just him like not doing much, it won't do as well. But when something like when they think there's the potential of something crazy to happen, then he gets pretty good live and VOD views. So,
ETTS. I'll get it regardless because my trolls are fucking stupid. Yeah, go ahead, text my dad. Be like, Clint, your son's
Oh
alive
shit!
again. You better ground
Cobra was
him."
reading Isom too.
Yeah, Pee Wee Herman died. That does suck. I'm a little sad about that. Thank you for your $1, Zachary. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Zachary.
He flipped on Pee Wee though. Someone convinced him that Pee Wee was a sicko, and then
Well, that's not right.
Yep.
Why would these people troll poor King Cobes?
Fuck them. The trolls are miserable, dude. Absolutely fucking miserable. Oh, $17. Hey, look at that. Ryan, thank you for your $1. Cobes, my man, not gonna lie, I got a bone to pick with you. Okay, what's up?
Uh-oh.
You're broad.
He gets like 300,000 to 400,000 views a month, roughly. Like in the last 30 days, he got 363,000
My lizard
views.
is not trans. That's dumb. My trolls need to get a life more than I need to get laid.
Fact.
Your
DJ
girlfriend
Fake
watched
Soul with the facts.
your last stream and is chewing tobacco now. She has a spittoon and doesn't know if he wants to kiss her. What should I do? Thanks.
Damn, he had a huge month for subscribers last month. In July, he got 4,200 subscribers. That's the most in 1 month. That's the most I've seen in like recent history.
Yeah,
If
you know why, right?
What happened that month? I can't remember off the top of my head. What was
My
it?
Empire of Dirt.
Oh, did that help? Really? You think?
Yes.
Okay.
He's got a big channel and he got 100,000 view video.
Okay. You think like the Danny Brown and your mom's house podcast stuff would get a bigger boost than that? Because those channels are way bigger.
They just mentioned though, this was like an entire thing dedicated towards Cobes.
Yeah.
They don't like do them dedicated towards Cobes. And this was like a one-off event. It was the biggest event that your favorite son had really done on this level. It was a big thing for him. It was him going in a new direction. So it brought new eyes. The Danny Brown stuff is more of a continuation. Same thing like we do here on the show. He's not getting a ton of new views from us. He's not going to get a ton of new views from Danny Brown either. But that is an event level thing.
Yeah.
Kiss her when she's not dipping. I don't know. Shit. At least you have a girlfriend. I will ship the wand when I can. Thank you for your $1.58. I got to get it tubed up first. It's going to be hard to ship anything when my account's in the fucking negative, but I'll get it shipped out sometime this week. $35. Holy shit balls. Yeah, let's cash that out. My dad's on my... The bet's on my dad winning that one. Fuck Cyrax. If your spirit lies about my fucking parents, then you best fucking figure it out, Cyrax, that your dirty laundry's not aired out in front of everyone. $266.47. It's going down, says the guy watching my stream. Somebody buy Cobra a life. Jealous much? Because I'm living the life. How Area 51 is actually a top secret military base where they conduct some sci-fi type shit.
Okay.
What?
The military base is just to cover
They conduct
people.
sci-fi when weather permits?
They do alien type shit. And it's all underground so you can't see it. The government already has access to real life lightsabers. They've already been developed. Personally, my lizard to donate.
Have you seen the real life
Yeah.
lightsabers, Ben?
No.
My trolls have a very
They're
unhealthy
pretty.
obsession
They're
with
pretty
me.
fucking crazy.
No potion time until I get my account in the negative. No, I smoke marijuana for my Asperger's and my schizophrenia, you know, and it does
He
help.
has schizophrenia? I've never heard him say that
$22 in.
before. Has he said that he had schizophrenia before?
I don't know if I've heard it before.
Yeah, I've never
but-
heard him say that. It's interesting.
Cash App, sweet. If you, I'll make it.
Yeah, it's not untrue, Majorly Awesome. They have real life lightsabers.
I don't have to stop the stream and like go get it, because you know. Yeah, I still use chatterbait on occasion. It does help alleviate the sexual frustrations of an almost 6-year dry spell.
Everybody who doubts he has schizophrenia, it could be the schizophrenia that randomly makes him say, I hate sickos all the time. Could be something that triggers him to that. We don't know.
I'm not
His
going to use
self-diagnosis
GoFundMe for
changes
that.
all the time. That's fair, yeah.
That's like $3,000, dude. And I would never ask my fans for that kind of money. I would rather give that money to Darth Lenny for his surgery, to be honest.
Oh. Is Darth transitioning? No.
My dry spell lasts like 12 years, then I'd probably look into getting one, ain't gonna lie.
Bing bong.
$246.22 in the negative. Looks a lot better than being at 300. Love your content. Thanks, Steven.
It does
for your
look
$1.
better.
What
That
the
is
fuck
objectively
a pussy
true.
Burger from BWW. What the fuck?
Get
is
him to the
that?
green.
Look, I just saw like
21st century Boglam Mound.
Sturgis is reacting to us. So apparently I won't be able to build a YouTube channel around Eric July's detractors. And then he like tweets at Rip a Goalpost. My numbers say otherwise. I have actual people who watch me who are very intelligent people who can clearly listen to what I'm saying rather than how I'm saying it.
And look at Ripiver's goalposts.
Yeah.
I was in their chat trolling for a bit, and none of what they say is serious. It's all jokes to them, but what they don't realize or refuse to acknowledge is that there are people who deeply wish for Ripperverse to fail. They think we're all overreacting to the haters. No,
Yeah, we
I don't
do.
think. I don't think you're overreacting to the haters. I think you're reacting exactly as much as Eric July wants you guys to. Because as long as you stay fervent, as long as you stay vigilant towards the haters, you don't have to worry about when the next comic book comes out because you're completely entertained by your self-driven hatred. That's fine.
I want to
21st century Boglam Mound.
What kind of numbers does he think he's getting? I've never seen such delusions of grandeur before in my life. Like,
Oh, dude, when you're a YouTuber, he's been doing it for 15 years, right? We saw the video of him humping his toys.
yeah.
He's getting great numbers compared to that.
Compared to
He's
that,
been doing
yeah.
it for 15 years.
Compared to that,
So these
yeah,
numbers are huge to him.
When you're grading on a curve, you know, that, yeah, sure.
like you remember when you were like a young man and you touched a boob and you ejaculated in your pants and you're like, oh my god, that was so cool. He's still getting excited for head.
I see. Interesting analogy.
This is cool. This is like, you know, when you're young and full of spunk. I
So-
wish I was this naive and dumb to
Full
enjoy
of
my life like
spunk?
this.
That could be taken a few different ways.
Yeah. I wish I was so young and full of spunk.
Full of spunk.
Now I literally get tens, beautiful models loving me and kissing me and giving me the world, and I'm like, psst, psst, this is so beneath me.
So
I'm gonna transcend.
Do you think he was
Sturgis
watching
switched
us?
on me to goalpost because I told Stuggies he's going to cap out at around 2K subs.
I saw him all butthurt about that.
He was like, look, goalpost, they say I'm gonna cap out. What do you have to say? And goalpost is like, they're trolling, dude. We're both trolling. They don't give a fuck.
That's basically what he just said.
Yeah, he's like, I just wish they would acknowledge that we're not crazy. that people are hating, and it's like, dude, whatever. Like, sure they are. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
but here's the thing, like Dick and Vito, like Dick said, he was like, dude, I am an asshole for fun. If you give me a reason, like kids being used for charity purposes, I will be an asshole for virtue too.
So do you think Surges was watching? Because it's funny, like this is a very butthurt kind of post here.
Probably. What else is he doing with his life? I'm sure he's watching. He was watching on the live stream when he said he wasn't watching.
That is funny.
We were
You're right.
restreaming him.
Honest Red said, Drunken Peasants is monetizing your man boobs and neck fat, and he says, pronouns in bio every time. Opinion discarded. It's something else. It's funny.
Ozzy will get back
Opinion
on
discarded.
stage. Just got to give it time, you know. Like I said, he's been touring since he was 18.
Okay, Sedlook says Goalpost told him we were trying to turn him into a locale, so Goal isn't that dumb. Yeah, he's not, and we didn't try to turn. He was already one. He was a locale that we crossed paths with. We don't need to turn him into one. He is one by who he is, the virtue of who he is. No effort on our part will turn him into one. He already is one.
You know, PayPal is greatly appreciated. So is the Cash App. $201.14 in the negative.
Hey,
it's going down.
Made over $100.
Appreciate
King.
y'all donating.
Yeah,
love you.
We're gonna have to do that Saturday. We're gonna have our bag-a-thon because we're still $459.67 away from finishing our. We're in the red. This is our bank account up here. We need. Can we switch it where it's not to hit the goal, but to show negative towards hitting the goal, so it looks like a Drunken Peasants bank account every week?
You know what? We'll do that for 1 week. I can actually do that. I can start it at a negative number. I can start it at negative 800.
The quest to zero, guys. We're gonna that week we're gonna be 800 in the red.
That would be kind of funny.
Our bank account, guys.
We're in the negative.
That's cute.
Alive.
Streams, shut up now and get fucked.
Get banned.
Well, thanks,
troll.
Zach, for your $1.34. Turn slow mode off, boy, and there will be more money. Why are people so bothered by me having my comment on slow mode? I don't get it. Everything I do is critiqued. Negative $160.25. James, thank you for your 666. Love you, Victoria. Sorry, I'm not circumcised. What the fuck is even that, James? You're silly. So I
Silly
guess
James.
Shout out to James and his girl Victoria. There you go. Taylor, thank you for your $34. I enjoy watching Cobra's videos, and I wish I could fucking make money like Cobra does. Know what it really said was, go take a shower, you fucking e-bagging piece of shit. See, you're jealous that Cobra makes money and then you contribute. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. No one's forcing you to watch my videos, dude. Like, I want to bully Cobra by giving him money. It's not e-begging when it's your job, you stupid fucking cocksucker. Why don't you get a fucking life? How about that? No, the relationship between me and my father has definitely gotten a lot better, and I honestly wish him nothing but the best, and I hope he lives a really, really long life. You know, I'm not the same King Cobra that I was in my parents' basement, and my trolls need to realize this. My trolls are still stuck in the basement days, you know? It's fucking sad, to be honest. For how big is your trouser?
Sad-ass basement trolls.
Thanks, Dean, for your $1. It's a little personal, don't you think?
I mean, haven't you worn like a banana hammock on stream? I don't think it's that personal.
Was that the stream, or was that a private thing that got leaked?
I don't
I
think
was
so.
never sure.
I think it was like literally a stream that he did. He straight up
Hawkeye says he's jerked off on stream.
Yeah.
7.5 inches with a 2-inch girth. Kids are more precious than rock and roll, to be honest. They really are. They're so innocent of how fucked up the world.
Save you boys from homelessness. God loves you. Good night.
Good night. Thank you. Also, because we're gonna go in a minute here, want to remind everyone about the new Patreon tier. So we're sending out a cool sticker. It's a big sticker, 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches. It features the design. Let's see. It features this design. So everyone at the $33.33 tier and above will get one of these if they sign up this month. It'll be shipped out next month. If you want to help out the show and get something cool, something that's tangible, you can do that. And I'm thinking of stuff that I'm going to do next month as well. So, and if you want to give me suggestions, you can. If there's anything that you might want, like t-shirts and other types of stuff.
Maybe we'll get a gold foil variant cover of Drunken Peasants #1 to be sent to your house.
Yes. Oh, all right, guys. It was a good one. We will see all of you back on Saturday. Have an absolutely wonderful evening. Bye now.
Wash your ass, sea bass.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.